brave tarnished. Welcome to the Volcano Manor. I am Tanith, the proprietress of this house. Perhaps you are prepared to make a commitment?
You're tarnished. Here to put the demigods to the sword. Then please kill the great serpent. The one that devoured Praetor Rykard.
But first, clear resounds the call of vengeance. The Impaler, Mesmer, must pay his due. In vengeance for the flames. My blade I wield. Think not to hinder me upon my path, lest you too wish to face the reckoning. Mesmer, foe of my beloved people, in vengeance for the flames, my blade I wield. We meet again, I see, comrade in arms. Upon his end, did you see Mesmer's face?
And welcome back guys to Bingus. It is Bingus Day 4, aka Week 2. Hold on, I'm trying to figure out which screen I'm supposed to be clicking on here. I always forget. Welcome, and today we have Parky. Hello, Parky. How you doing? Can you hear me? Oh, Parky? Oh no, do we have mic issues? It's okay. I can't hear you, Parky. I can't hear you. Can you hear me? Oh, I have so much. I can't hear you. Yeah, I can't hear anything. Wait, hold on. Am I stupid? No, I have a headset on.
Okay, good.
Hey, there we
Yay,
go.
hi,
Hello. That's all good. No
we're
worries.
literally so good. This is amazing.
Perfect. How you doing?
I'm doing very well. How are you doing today?
I am stressed. A lot is happening, but that's okay. That's how the Bingus rolls. We have some new overlays obviously coming in. All the new overlays are here, which is perfect. And a set of new games today. 2 new games being Positive Vibes versus Itzerino, and then Positive Vibes again with Blank Sonetta. So a back-to-back for Positive Vibes. That's going to be a bit tough, as we saw with Frogcar Spin last weekend. Doing a back-to-back match can be really tough on the mental there. But it can also be very exciting. A little bit of a comeback moment. How does it feel for you to be commentating again?
It feels amazing. I'm so excited to be here. I'm so excited to share some insight of maybe what the players are feeling sometimes. The last bingo that I played was in the DLC, so I'm very close to the DLC bingo as opposed to the base game, but I'm excited to see what these players are doing differently this season than the season that I played, and I'm just excited to be here. I'm super hyped for bingo. This season has been so amazing.
Hell yeah.
So this is gonna be a great day, and yeah, I'm very excited to see what these teams have to offer today.
Do you how do you feel about DLC and bingo? Like which one? Sorry, not DLC and bingo. DLC and base game. Like which one do you feel is more like fun to watch? Maybe like what's more like your vibe, if you will. Like
For me, it's the DLC by far. I've played bingo in DLC and also in base game, and I had so much more fun with the DLC. I just think the DLC in general for me is like just a better version of the base game. I just love the DLC so much more, even casually. I think it's a better game.
yeah,
And I don't know. I think in bingo for some reason I like it way more. Maybe it's just because of the fact that you start with more, or I don't know, like more things are accessible to you. Like I don't know what it is, but I DLC is way more fun to me. I just think it's way better to watch. I think it's way better to play. So yeah, I'm a little biased to the DLC side.
no, that's fair. No, that's fair. I like both personally because obviously I've done a lot of matches in both, but I do think that the DLC bingo is just it's more compact. It's easier to I feel like digest because there's less landscaping and it's just a lot of the objectives are a lot closer. Just a lot of I don't know. I kind of agree. Like just the overall feel of competitiveness for DLC feels better too. Yeah, I do like watching both though. I think watching both is really exciting, especially still because we're still finding like new stuff even for base game bingo. So seeing some new strategies from the players coming out with like new squares is always really cool to see. Today though, do you have some money on a horse for today's matches?
I actually don't have money on a horse. I haven't predicted. I wasn't sure if that was if it was rude of me to do that as a commentator.
I don't think so. No, you're fine.
I don't think I'll be putting money on a horse. I do love positive vibes. Those that's the boys.
The boys.
But Itzerino, also a great team. I can't say I'm super preferring in one direction of one or the other. I would be happy to see either of these teams win. Same with Blank Sonetta. Shout out to Nessanetta, by the way, getting put into bingo super last minute and not having a lot of practice and experience and also not knowing a lot of people and stuff. Just, I know that wasn't the question, but, I got to give a shout out to Nessanetta. It's a really hard thing to do that. So I would love to see her win as well. So I don't know. I would be happy with any of these outcomes, Dom. How about you? Is it appropriate for you to say who you want?
Yeah, I mean, no, it's more or less not saying like, oh, who's my personal favorite. More it's like, oh, I think that the just based on how previous matches have gone, this is probably how it's gonna go type thing. I don't know.
Okay. So like, yeah.
All right. Yeah. Sorry, maybe I set you up there a little bit weird. But like the first two, I don't know. Itzerino and Positive Vibes, I think both are like pretty damn strong. When it comes to like Blanks and I think they can do really well as soon as they have like the game plan. I think like with Ness being very new, it's gonna be a little bit tough of a wall to climb, but it doesn't mean I don't think they can't climb it because I think they have a lot of practice matches they do really well, and they're really locking in. So honestly, I would agree. It's balanced. It's very balanced. I think this whole season's very balanced. It's cool to go into like the YouTube VODs of all the different bingo matches and being like people arguing on which team's gonna win, because like it's so balanced to where everyone says a different team, being like, oh yeah, but this team's really good because of this and this. It's like, oh well, that team's really good though because of this and that. So having that to where everyone has a personal favorite and every team is included in those personal favorites is like really cool to see. So yeah,
I think everyone has the potential to win. Also, like, I know I say this all the time, but you don't know what happens in a bingo. Like, it's not over till it's over. I've had some games in the past where I thought that I was going to lose for sure because I was against someone who was maybe better than me objectively, and I would kind of just like mentally throw the game, even though, if I literally just made this one decision that I knew about, I would have won the game probably. Stuff like that. So even like a weaker player could always beat a stronger player. Like it's just like, that's the fun of bingo. It's volatile. Things could go crazy. People have incidents all the time. You could be amazing at a boss. The next day you play a bingo game, you died to him 100 times. That's normal. That's how this goes. So I want to see some of that today. I can't wait. I want to see, stuff that we're not expecting. I don't want to see people dying, seeing people lose mental game kind of sucks, but
yeah.
But I do want to see some unpredictable stuff.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I think also for Damn it, I was gonna say something else on top of that. Oh yeah, I was gonna say like for it's not over until it's over. I mean, literally the almost both Monkey Business matches were them on the back foot and then turning it around and then still winning the match. You know, when they had a whole bingo threat with Moog and Concert Radon, and that would have been it if Team Progress was able to lock in for that match and get those kills in, it would have been over. But it wasn't, and then as soon as it got that square, it flipped straight into Monkey Business's favor here. Let's go check in on the players. Hopefully I set this up right. It's been a bit of a weird update. Oh. Okay, so apparently CBD is 8F today. Let me just fix those real quick. Like I said, new overlays chat. And as you can see, I know it looks a little scuffed right now because I have to fix all the overlays. But we have a new thing here. The board is now moved down a little bit. We also have the colors up top, so it makes it a little bit easier for people at home to follow what squares are which. So red squares are base game, yellow is DLC, light blue is co-op, so we have that. And we have a little indicators here as well showing base game at the top, DLC at the bottom. So let me just fix this real quick, and then we'll get this match on the move.
Josh and Chris love each other so much they have morphed into the same person. What?
That's crazy.
But yeah, what I wanted to say, I guess, while you're doing this,
I
was watching a game of bingo. It was the Radon race between Bree and Aggie, and I was like, oh, I guess, you know, Bree is probably gonna win this boss. And I look away like to do the dishes. I'm like, okay, let me just look away for a second because I think she's gonna get the kill. I look back, and it's like Aggie got the kill first. I was like, what happened?
Yeah.
Which is just, it's because of the bleed or whatever. Like, it doesn't matter anymore, but. The point is, you don't know anything that's gonna happen in bingo. Things could change in a second. You know, don't look away, don't blink, especially this DLC and base game bingo. If anyone who's watching is new to watching this season, base game and DLC bingo together with the duos is so I don't know. It's not chaotic, but it's just like volatile is such a perfect word for it. It's just moves so fast. Things can change so fast. Like one square can just make the biggest difference. You can't look away. The games are quick. They're like just things are happening all the time that it just matters so much. And so yeah, this season is absolutely crazy to watch. And just everything matters.
Yeah, I agree. What would you do? You have a favorite square yet at the moment from the matches that you've seen?
A favorite square. I love the co-op squares a lot. I think those are so cool. And I don't know if I have a favorite, but like, I don't know. I was talking to Aggie about the co-op squares, and he was kind of mentioning that there are some that like the one game is like really fast and easy, and the other game is a lot slower. And you know, opinions on that. I personally think that's really fun. I love squares like that. I feel like that just adds a whole nother layer to everything. Like, okay, you know, this is difficult for you. It's not difficult for me. Are we going to commit to this? Do you have time for this? Okay, now I have to think about that on top of my own stuff. You know, the teamwork of that, you know, or if there's a square like the larval tiers, for example, where it's like, okay, one person can get most of them, or it can be half and half, whatever it is. Those decisions are pretty crazy too, trying to decide you know, who's gonna go for this and who has the time for this and who maybe doesn't have the time for this but should still go anyway. And it's, oh my gosh, this is so stressful and scary. And I feel like those are really fun to watch. I love seeing those decisions that players make, why they choose who is picking up certain things and which ones they choose to go for. I really like that. I think those squares are fun. I don't want to say the larval tier square is my favorite. That's such a stupid square. But
well, if it's your favorite, it's your favorite. It's okay.
Well, it's not my favorite, but I do like watching it.
Okay.
Do you have a favorite?
That's a tough question. I don't know, like Chris's stream is constantly like buffering in and out. That's crazy. That's a good question. I think for me, it's definitely a lot of the co-op squares for sure. Yeah. They just feel good. They're fun to watch. I would say probably my favorite would have to be the different Moog possibilities or concert Radon possibilities, because it can shuffle between 3 different ones, and so seeing what the board kind of feeds into is really cool. Which is what I really like, is that being a new feature. Beyond that, the new animal square is probably my favorite as well. where
yeah, that's
where
cool.
it shuffles between the different animals as well, because it really involves base game and DLC both on that one, which is really nice.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we're good to go. Sorry about that, everyone. Like I said, new overlays, and sadly that also came with new settings. And the problem is I can't like preset this up because people have to stream for me to be able to do this, so I can't like do this beforehand. So that just caused a little bit of a headache. But looks like we're all good to go. The board is missing. It's like the only thing.
Board is missing.
Let me make that board pop up somewhere.
So Chad, this board has been moved down from last weekend because this will show the runes of the top players, and I don't think anyone's runes are hidden. I don't think less vital information is hidden this way. If anyone's curious why it's been moved.
Yeah.
And I think this looks great. An amazing overlay, Stom.
Thank you. Oh, shouts to Jamo. Shouts to Jamo for getting the overlay
Jamo.
all set up and everything, making it look pretty. Yeah, we should be good to go now. Lots of yawning happening here in Positive Vibes here. Possibly they just were warming up last night a lot, getting some practice in for today. We should be good to go now. Let me just go ahead and let Nike know we are good to go. And
I'm so excited.
knock off the first match here. Hot damn. Let's see what the first match delivers. Okay, I think I can drop this down now. I'm not crazy. There we go.
I want something spicy. Let's get a spicy first match.
What to you would be spicy? 4 seconds on the clock.
Some crazy bosses. I don't know.
Some crazy bosses. Let's see. Yeah, so Sender Square being kill a Black Knight boss in the DLC. So that's most likely going to be Black Knight Idrid. That's the most popular one at the Fort Reprimand. Any big bosses though? We have Romina and Melania. Those are two big bosses.
Board. Okay, this is crazy. Look at all of our combo squares. We've got, the Conservadon, Moog, Romina, Melania, Rykard, Mesmer, Godric, Dancing Lion, and then we also have acquire 9 different remembrances, which is crazy. We got also Rolana, we got Metter, we got some bosses. Oh my god, did I curse the players with all this? What happened?
There's a callback here on Consort Radon and Moog Lord of Blood, and then Moog Lord of Blood on base game as well. So we're definitely going to be seeing Moog at the very least.
Wow. Yeah, we got Moog. Yeah, we got like every single remembrance in the game, and we also have a 9 remembrance square. So there's a lot of is there exclusively killing? Is there literally a single pickup square? Okay, we have Sacred Flask and Blessing of America. But everything else is killing.
Yeah, there's a lot of killing. There's a lot of killing on here.
Wow, that's crazy. So that being said, something really important that we're gonna see here is a good weapon and a high level weapon, a strong weapon, maybe some bleed, maybe some frost. Setup is gonna be so important here. We want levels. Because we've seen so many times where you can be ahead, one team can be ahead, but then they have a bad weapon and then the other team catches up just literally due to more damage. And so that's going to be extremely important here. I'm curious to see what's going to happen. Hopefully the players get some good luck with their pickups.
I'm expecting some decent pickups at the very least. I'm hoping for some decent pickups here. There are some, I would say, a little bit of new strategies on where to go for some weapons now that people are picking up, which is always the fun part when you come up with a format where they're like, okay, so this is how I find weapons now. Okay, so then let me find the best possible chance of finding a good weapon with that. I'm going to assume here that round table is going to be checked immediately for a lot of these players, just for the most optimal check on some of this. And yeah, perfectly. So the board is not blocking the health or anything. We should still see the items for ADF here. Sadly, the DLC players get boned here a little bit with not showing all the gameplay like the base game players do, with the board being a little bit over their gameplay, but it shouldn't be the end all be all. It looks definitely a lot better. Shouts to Aggie, dude, for the suggestion on moving the board down. Definitely looks a lot better. Yeah, so base game here, looks like we have Nagakiba for Chris's class here. And it looks like Josh is actually going to be going for the... I don't really remember what that weapon is. Chris here maybe being a bit late. I'm not sure. Let me refresh Chris's stream. It was doing a little bit weird here. We're constantly bounced in and out, because he does look really far behind. So let me just reset him real quick. But yeah, off to the races. Both ADF and CBD are already close next to each other here.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take a second and pull up these players' streams as well.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. Yeah, take your time.
Yeah, I'm curious what weapon Josh is using. I can't quite see on this.
It's a little
Looks like a
tough.
big sword.
It's a little tough, yeah. Okay, let me just refresh
I'll pull
Chris's
them up.
stream here. Yeah, no, they're both on the same screen now. Yeah, it makes complete sense.
So Chris went for that
Nagakiba.
the Nagakiba. That's a great weapon. I really like that one.
It's
got
really
great reach,
good.
too. Yeah.
It's apparently a
great.
DLC favorite now as well. If it's at the Great Katana check, apparently that's a big plus for what I heard, anyways, from a lot of the DLC players.
Yeah, I mean, I believe it. It's a good one, even casually. Like, I just like that weapon. And yeah, we were saying weapons are super important here. Oh, I forgot the players are on delay. Okay, well, never mind.
Oh yeah, pulling
That's
up their
okay.
actual. Do you have the stream?
Yeah.
I sent you the link for the
Yeah,
website.
I can pull it up. Yeah. no
Yeah,
worries.
yeah, that might work for you. Do you know your login still?
Hell no. I'll just watch off the screen. It's not a problem. No worries. It's
Sorry,
not a
I'm sorry,
problem.
sorry.
I'll figure it out for Sunday.
Yeah, no worries, no worries.
Okay, that's cool. Okay, so what do we have? We got CBD and ADIF going different directions here. CBD is looking for the weapon, I assume, a weapon pickup.
Yeah, it looks like you're going for the Great Katana check here. Dragon Hunter's Great Katana
Ooh,
for the Great Katana check. That is a huge pickup. I'm not sure if ADIF checked that right away.
Great.
But CBD immediately was like, all right, well, that's just what I'm going for right now. And immediately is going towards round table to upgrade that bad boy too. We have here, oh, he just passed it through here real quick. Some of the weapon options in round table. There was Commander Standard, which is really nice for buffing. Could buy that later if you really wanted to, but just going straight for those stones.
Yeah, I mean he's got a weapon now, which is great. I am curious if ADIF. So the one thing with this bingo is we don't see ADIF's weapon currently equipped, which is a little tough.
Yeah.
So maybe
It is a
keep an
club.
eye on what he's using. It's
He's
a club?
clubbing. He's clubbing right now.
Is it a
Yeah.
big one or the regular little
Just the
guy?
regular, starting one.
Okay, the club is good. Because you can put status effects on it. You can stagger nicely. I mean, it's the starting one. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if he ends up doing something else with it. It is nice for statuses though.
It's very nice for statuses, yeah. So Chris here and Josh going to be on Torrent now in just a moment. And we'll see where exactly they're going to deviate. Because at the very beginning, the base game players are going to be doing the exact same thing, which is just unlocking Torrent first. And immediately Chris going towards Halictree. And I know exactly what Chris is going to do here. We see bottom left, Memory of Grace, 50k runes. He's going to go ahead and drop down, grab the 50k at the bottom, and immediately spend it and throw it away just to get that corner square for Team Blue here.
Yeah, not a bad idea. I think that's a good. Just get that one out of the way.
Yeah. It's also a huge setback at the end of the day too. It's a bit of a risky play.
Yeah, I think I feel like we've seen before where there's been some sort of memory of grace with money or invest in intelligence or faith or just something like some sort of money waste situation, and like, oh, it's great and the team is ahead now and whatever. But I feel like that always has bitten them in the back eventually, just because you're not set up and whatever else. So I do wonder if this will matter at all for them later. I mean, they're going to be doing a lot of killing, so they're going to be getting a lot of money, so maybe it won't really make a huge difference.
Yeah. Actually, that's very true. There's a lot of killing, so honestly, a 50k at the beginning maybe feels like a big deal, but could definitely be made up for very quickly here. So, okay, Chris already marks that square. Josh sees it, nods. He's like, okay, cool. 50k out the window for Chris. That's fine by me. Oh, and he dies to the Royal Revenant. He doesn't even get to the 50k.
Yeah.
So there goes a lot of time for Josh.
I wonder if he's gonna go back for that just to have that extra money, or if he's just gonna... Okay. Oh my gosh, this board is crazy. I actually can't believe it. Like, there's so much killing on it. Oh my gosh. I wonder if the players are looking at any lines here. In my opinion, it's kind of hard to envision anything. Like, there's just so many crazy long squares. You don't even know, do you have the damage? Do you have the time? Is it convenient? Whatever. At this point, it's hard to tell. But yeah, I just think, again, if you don't know what you want to do right now, I feel like just setup will help you no matter what you end up doing.
This is just a full kills board for sure. The only thing that we don't have to do for killing is acquire perfumed oil of Renah. Even for acquire 3 blessings of America, you can't do that without killing a tree sentinel in the hinterlands.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
wow,
normally
that's
it's the
crazy.
2. That's the one that you're thinking of, Parky, is the 2. This is an X value square, so it does bounce between 2 to 4.
Okay.
So the 2 one, yeah, you can just pick up the 2 and you don't have to fight anything. But the last 2 are dropped by the 2 tree sentinels. So you'd have to go
That's
fight
crazy.
one of them. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Like, I know I sound like a broken record, but I cannot believe how crazy this board is.
No, it is insane. Like literally every square, almost every square that you're looking at just has the word kill in it. Adolf here immediately going towards, by the way, the perfumed oil of Renah, as I just mentioned. And we see CBD immediately going for that Black Knight Edred center square. So it looks like that Adolf did not want to try and race that square, which I think is incredibly fair. And also, I don't think Adolf did the Great Katana check here. So he doesn't
I don't think he did.
feel confident in the weapon that he currently has. So racing that obviously doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, one thing I know about Adolf, he loves a collectathon. Adolf is he's really great at collecting things. So I'm not surprised if he would want to go for this. And yeah, I mean, CBD is a fast player. He's great. He knows what he's doing. So yeah, I think it's fair for Adolf to be like, okay, I don't think anyone was going to do the oil right now. Kind of a random square. Maybe I should just get that out of the way.
There it is, center square here
Nice.
for
Center
CBD now.
square.
Very nice. Very powerful early square here. And we see Josh here, by the way, killing NPCs. He just killed Valray and he just killed Bach right now. So he's going to go ahead and kill some other NPCs here. That is the top right square. We already see a 2 marked there or hovered there by Team Red. Going to go for his 3rd. Probably going to go for Alexander would be my guess. Maybe even Bernal, one of those 2. And Chris here is in Alta's Tunnel, just going for upgrades. Not even going to try and contest that either. So it looked like that possibly actually Team Red here, just based on how that went, that they were maybe eyeballing that diagonal together. And we're like, hey, if Josh can get that 50k, that diagonal 3 squares in the first, 10 minutes would be really nice. But Chris being a little bit faster now kind of preemptively stopped that. There it is, another square here, ready for Team Positive Vibes now, 2-1, getting that perfumed oil now from Adolf.
Yeah, I am trying to see, like, that is just a tiny bit out of the way. I'm curious if there was anything else on this board that really, like, matches up with that or, like, synergizes with that. I mean, maybe Nameless Mausoleum, right? Not much else, though, right? He just picked that up just because.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess
fair
so.
enough. Yeah, fair enough.
We'll see here though, Savage Lance Call picked up here from Adolf, and there's another square from Itzerino. So 2-2 already, tied. 8 minutes in, 8.5 minutes in. 4 squares being marked on the board here, and it looks like that both teams have kind of like canceled each other's bingos out. So column 5 is already blocked out for both. Diagonals already blocked out for both. However, right now, square positioning, Team Red a little bit of advantage with that center square.
Yeah, this is, I mean, so far this is looking very even. Everyone's cooking, everyone's working on something. Adolf, what weapon is that Adolf's got? He looks good. I don't know where he got that from.
Let me see here. He did just do the Great Katana check, so probably it's Dragon Hunter's Great Katana. Yeah, it's the same one that CBD has. So yeah, both players definitely going for the same exact weapon here, which makes complete sense. It is a no-brainer, and seeing Senesax Lanciax as a co-op square on row 5, you definitely want the Dragon Hunter's Great Katana. That makes that fight incredibly easy. Okay. Well, hold on. Pull back, Dom. Not incredibly easy, but you know what I mean? Way more manageable. And just a lot easier to take down.
Dude, am I crazy, or has Lanciax Senesax been on every single damn board in the season? Oh my gosh, you rigged it, Dom. I feel like I see that every single game.
I mean, I gotta give the viewers the content.
Oh my god. If I was the player, I'd be pissed.
No, I'm not.
I feel like even the good players, like even not the, I mean, everyone's a good player, but even people, the most practiced players, no one likes fighting those dragons.
Yeah, literally no one does. And it's just, it's a very tedious fight. It really is. It's like, what is the other co-op square has been coming up a lot is the Rolano square though, but that one's definitely way more manageable, I would say.
Yeah.
Okay, it looks like CBD is already going to go for Rolana here. We do have Rolana on that inner corner square here, column 2, row 2. So it looks like that they might be eyeballing maybe a diagonal here to try and push Constant Radon, Moglord of Blood onto Team Blue. That could be a possibility.
He's working on the tier league skip. I wonder where he's headed after that. He did die, unfortunately. That skip is so touchy sometimes. Like, it's easy, but it's also like, okay, sorry, I didn't jump with the horse, whatever. And
and he does die again, sadly, because torrent damage, unlike player health, doesn't reset on death. So his torrent was just really low on health, and he dropped down to try and get to one of the rocks, and sadly, torrent's health bar was really, really low, and just immediately died and dropped him into the abyss here. Rolana right now on CBD screen here, having a really good fight so far. I'm expecting Josh here to potentially go for Reichard soon-ish. He does have Sword of Milos, by the way, in his inventory. I don't think Chris has Sword of Milos yet, but Chris leveling a lot of decks. Oh, he does have it. So both base game players and DLC players running the same weapon, which makes complete sense. These are two really good weapons.
I would just like to point out CBD's fight here. I mean, huge credit to him. CBD's a great player. I already know that. But this is a really clean fight. He's like, he knows when to jump. He knows when to do the pierce roll attack. He knows exactly when to unlock, just attack behind him. Just like, such a clean fight.
Yeah. And it's also very early, too. Not a lot of Skidoo levels have been acquired yet. We're only 11, almost 12 minutes into the match. So being able to level Skidoo there this far is not that likely. So he's probably at like a level Skidoo 2 or maybe even like 1, 2, maybe 3. Probably not 3. And that's not a lot for some of these bosses in the DLC.
All right, we got Chris working on Commander O'Neill. Okay. And Josh is going back for that pickup there that he got it. There we go. Great. It's just wanted the money, I guess. Even if he didn't get that square, it's fair enough.
Oh yeah. 50K is 50K. Chris here working on Commander O'Neill, but not actually doing the Baboosh strat, going for actually just fighting him instead. Interesting.
Yeah, he's got a little health bar. I feel like the base game is so stressful because of everything will one-shot you.
That's how I feel about the DLC, to be honest. I feel like the DLC is just as
Look at those health bars.
Yeah, but like they hit like trucks. Like, I mean, watch somebody get hit. Sure. It's like a third of his health, maybe even half. Yeah, look at that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just looks more inflated, but it's I feel like just as crazy. Unless you have like a bunch of Skidoo, then it's fine. But
yeah, I don't know. Great fight though from Chris. I don't want to say I'm surprised because Chris is a gamer, but like, man, I hate this fight.
Yeah, really nice fight for not doing the baboosh. Yeah. Like, very nice fight from Chris here.
Yeah.
And Rolana about to be dead here for CBD as well.
Surely no caster curse.
Surely. Looking really, really good though.
Oh my god, I love when he like unlocks and then circles her. I don't know why. I think that's like the coolest thing.
It is really neat. I've been watching V-Sweat doing his 207 bosses hitless, and he does this fight, and it's really crazy the strategies people have come up with to dodging Rolana. I remember when
Dom, you literally cursed him.
Wow.
Oh my god, CBD, if you watch this back, it was Dom, not me. Oh my god, that's
CBD, if you watch this back, L ratio. No,
that's crazy. Wow.
That is unfortunate. That is incredibly unfortunate because that could have been a huge pressure point here for Team Red.
Yep.
But still, going back in, he'll do this just fine. But yeah, talking about just in general, like these fights being kind of mastered, I think is really, really fun to see, especially in bingo, showcasing like how much you've practiced a boss, and sure, like kind of like in Sekiro, I guess, like with dead angles, it's the same with like dodging, right? Like there's specific angles you can stand at in Elden Ring where bosses just don't hit you, and that's why locking off is really, really nice.
Yeah, that's super cool. Okay, what are the other players doing here? We got no bosses right now. We got some tunnels. Oh, is this Adolf going for the?
He's going for Mariga here, yeah.
Mariga, yep. Okay, yeah. So this synergizes with World of Renal. I was thinking that, and then I was like, wait, am I mistaking Mariga with the one in the base game? What is her name? Margie?
The ones in the base game, there's 3 of them. There's Gillica, Maggie, and Margot.
Margot. Okay, yeah. No, this is absolutely a great decision from Adif. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. And this will block off the Itzerino's column 3, which is kind of a fast bingo actually. I mean, no one's pursuing it, but they don't know that. So this is a good block if Adif pulls this off.
And yeah, it's a good block, but also progresses their road 2 for them potentially here.
Yeah.
But obviously CBD is already working on that Rolana there, which would block out that row 2 and then progress their possible diagonal here. Josh getting ready to grab some Somber 7s and 8s here in Lake of Rot. Chris he is currently doing a Theodoric strat here. Kill a Magma Worm boss. Okay, he's going to try and use the, he's using the explosive clumps here to aggro Theodorics and bring a giant octopus over to Theodorix.
I wonder how consistent this will be, because I've tried to do this and
it's pretty
that consistent.
It's pretty good. It's like really? The octopus that deals a lot of damage, and has like, if the octopus doesn't get hit in the face, it has a lot of resistances. And the snail, he's getting 2 snails. The snail actually deals a good amount of damage towards Theodorix.
Dude, Chris is setting up a fight club here.
Is indeed
also
putting some time.
This is close to the Misbegotten Crusader, if I'm not mistaken, right?
It is.
Not a bad decision, actually, to go for this right now.
Oh, yeah, Misbegotten Crusader is also on the board here. Yeah, so yeah, row 5 here, but then also column 5 for the Magma Worm, and then row 5 for the Misbegotten Crusader. Yeah, lots of interesting movement here from the players, making sure they are covered on both ends. There it is, Rolana now for Team Itzerino,
nice.
3-3.
All right. Oh no, Adif. Oh no. Yeah, so they've started working on that diagonal, obviously. At this point, I feel like Team Blue sees that. I wonder if they're going to worry about blocking at all. Again, Adif could get the Nameless Mausoleum around here, but it's the Dancer, right? And Dancer's not incredibly easy, I would say. But to be fair, none of the Mausoleums are. So I wonder if they're going to maybe call a bluff on this, because, yeah, I mean, Consort Dawn's a long square, and so is Moog.
Yeah.
So, to be fair, Rykard and Mesmer, they're not that long, but yeah, I'm curious. Something as a player and something that I look at other people's strategies, or rather as a previous player, is at what point do you stop calling the bluff? At what point do you actually block? And like, you know, are you playing the long game or whatever? And to me, it's so interesting seeing people's decisions on that stuff. So I'd love to see what they end up doing with that diagonal there.
Yeah, it is kind of interesting because I've been doing that in practice matches mostly with like my team partner being like, hey, let's just fully commit to the line. Let's just fully commit to the line. And like, I would say over half the time it has worked out, because the other players being like, oh, I thought you would stall on that a little bit longer. It's like, I mean, we're right there.
Yeah.
Might as well just call it, you know?
Yeah.
Nice Theodorix here from Chris, by the way. He almost has it killed. This is going to be a lot of money for him, too. I don't remember how much Theodorix gives you, but it is definitely a good chunk being a Snowfield boss. And there it is. There's the kill on Theodorix. There is the mark.
Nice.
And it's going to be a little bit of a hard call here then from Team Red, being like, okay, Magma Worm is dead, but which Magma Worm is it? That's definitely not Runestorm Precipice. It's probably the Kaled one is what they're assuming, because Kyrus just killed Commander O'Neill. So they're thinking that it might be the Kaled Magma Worm one, but actually it is the Snowfield one.
You know, Dom, seeing Crusaders on here, I don't know if they would think it's the Kaled one, because like there's no reason to have gone down there, right? Unless most people think Theodorix is just like horrible to fight or something. I feel like maybe they would guess this one.
I don't know. I the only reason why I say that is because no one has done Theodorix in bingo ever.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is the first Theodorix kill ever, I would say. So that's why I think like this is just like a fresh thing, to where no one's really expecting it. Like now, off this match, it will be considered a play. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
most likely.
This is the Crusader tunnel, if I'm not mistaken. Or rather,
this is this is the Misbegotten Crusader tunnel, which I personally find a little still confusing. I still forget on how to maneuver here.
So one thing I want to say about this Crusader fight, if there are anyone in the chat who are unfamiliar with it, it's like deceivingly difficult. He hits like a truck, and he doesn't really stagger as easily as you might want him to or expect him to. Chris will absolutely be getting one shot by a lot of moves here. So I've been watching players practice the square and have trouble with it, which I mean, I don't know, maybe someone might be surprised by, but it's deceivingly a very hard boss, a very tricky guy. And so you got to be patient with it. So I would love to see if that's how Chris will be playing this.
Josh sadly dying here over and over again, trying to do the bridge skip here and weeping. Possibly jumping off of the wrong point here. And yeah, Chris going into that Misbegotten fight here. It is very similar to Leonine, but there are some new moves that this Misbegotten Crusader has that can be incredibly devastating, including this golden shockwave here that you'll see. That can be a lot of damage. And yeah, it's highly aggressive. Yeah, as you can see there, Chris immediately dying to the double slash there from the Misbegotten Crusader. It's really hard to dodge. And looks like that we're getting Blessings of America picked up here by Adef now as well.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah, Adef loves collecting things. I super respect that.
It's easy. It's fun.
I mean, it's
less stressful.
It's less stressful, and Adef probably knows, or I mean, assumes that a lot of the other players are working on bosses and stuff. So he probably is like, yeah, I'll get this square right now.
Yeah.
All right, we got CBD who's looking at the meta square. It seems I don't think we have anything with any other meta related square, but we do have Duper Remembrance, so this will be something towards both of those two, which is good.
Yeah. I'm trying to see what the next big move will be here. I did expect a little bit of an earlier, like, Rykard Mesmer here, play possibly from Team Red. I was expecting Josh already to be in Volcano Manor, to be honest here, but he is actually in Weeping. Not exactly sure. Just going for a Sacred Flask +7, I guess, just to set himself up. Honestly, that makes a lot of sense. You know what? We're still only 20 minutes into the match here. He's going for Sacred Flask +7 because there is a lot of killing. There is Melania on the board. There is Rykard on the board. There is Moog, Lord of Blood. So being able to deal with some of those fights, having a lot of health would be really nice. There is the dupe here from Team Red.
There is the dupe, yeah.
Very nice here, killing Rulana. Now that's activating their column 2 here.
Yeah, so one thing that's a little scary here is there is a Deathrite Bird that would be a block for Team Blue against Team Red in column 2, which is Adef square. I don't know how familiar Adef is with Deathrite Birds. Personally, I hate them. But Adef is pretty set up to fight that Deathrite Bird in Cerulean Coast. So, I mean, it's not terribly inconvenient. Hopefully he is familiar.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Pretty annoying one, though, with all those like ads around it.
GG's to Chris, by the way, on the Misbegotten Crusader. Nice kill here. Marks that it is currently 6-4 for positive vibes. But looking at the board right now, specifically, Team Red kind of in the lead when it comes to applying pressure. They have 2 bingo lines that they can go for. Team Blue has nothing really specifically. They have column 1 as a possibility, but they don't really have 2 squares in a line currently active that they can kind of utilize. So that's a little bit tough here. But it looks like that Adef is going for the... Oh, my God. Gets absolutely shot down like a dog in the mausoleum here by the Black Jail Knight. Adef here making a face. But that would be a nice block here for the diagonal, which is a nice, I think, play here from Adef for sure.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. This guy has no business doing that move. I hate, like, what? Come on. It's crazy.
It is an insane move. I think because also he has hyper armor, so even if you do hit him, I don't, like, while if he's in the middle of shooting, he doesn't stop. It's kind of insane.
You can't be greedy with this guy. It's just brutal.
Yeah. That's very much a big patience fight. And again, to anybody new out there, that hasn't played the DLC yet, this guy is really interesting, and this apparently applies, I think, to every single NPC, is when they two-hand their weapon, their poise value increases. So for Black Jail Knight, when he has two-handed weapon like that, he is less likely to be micro-staggered than if he has his Gatling gun out or just like the two-handing his sword and his crossbow. Yeah. Like now he's more likely to be micro-staggered because he has both out. But when he's two-handing his great sword, for some reason, he's got extra poise. And I'm not sure as to, like, that's just how he works. It's weird.
You just can get a better stance. He's,
Yeah, but that doesn't apply to the players. You know what I mean? Like if the player's two-handed, it doesn't change your poise value. But for some reason, for
That is true.
NPCs, that's just
a
the
great point.
thing. Yeah, it's really silly. I don't know why they made that choice.
Okay, what are the other players going on here? We got CBD and Ancient Dragon Man, which gives him access to the dragons, access to the coasts.
Yeah, big south area opening after Ancient Dragon Man here. It's probably one of the more crucial bosses that you will have to do in Bingo. It's very unlikely that you will not have to fight Ancient Dragon Man in a Bingo match. There's most likely always a square in the southern coast, and you almost always have to go past him, unless it's like only the blue coast. But doing this fight is just a lot easier. It just gives you a lot more opportunities for different squares. Looks like Chris is try and contest Sacred Flasks here, but Josh has already been working on this for quite a while. So I don't know if this is going to be a race or possibly just a time sink for Chris.
Well, I mean, again, we are doing a lot of setup. There's a lot of bosses, a lot of killing. So it will time sink just a little bit when it comes to the square, but it's not like a total net loss.
Yeah.
Having more power in the flasks and just having more flasks in general is always a good thing.
It
So
is
it's
like
not
a
terrible if you lose the square.
it's like a Somber 9 plus, square thing where like even if you lose out, it's nice just to have the weapon.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see what Adif is doing here.
Looks like he's going for the Dancer of Renah in the DLC. He's currently going to that small tunnel. So he already had the perfume oil of Renah, but then kept the grace from before so that he can go for this fight. This fight, I would say, personally, I think Dancer of Renah is worse than Rakshasa.
They're equally bad, honestly, in my opinion.
This one is, I feel like she input reads your attacks, and has like that fire move that just deals an insane amount of damage for no reason.
Yeah, some of these they're crazy. These random NPC mausoleum bosses. They got insane impa reading, insane poise. Just it's such an annoying fight. Hopefully Ada first tries this. Hopefully he doesn't have difficulty with it, because oh my god, is it ever frustrating to lose to these stupid guys.
Oh yeah, there she goes. She starts spinning already, and she can technically do this infinitely. As for some reason NPCs do not have mana or stamina. They can just do whatever the hell they want.
It looks like this NPC is using the old Bloodborne strat of spin to win. Any spin to win in chat?
Any League fans that are Garen enjoyers, a spin to win. But yeah, the one thing that is I would say annoying part, with Black Jail Knight having like a lot of poise and having that crossbow, Dancer of Renah has a thing where she will literally input read your R1. So if you press R1, she will backstep, she will dodge. As you can see, every single time that Adif presses a button, she back hops. So having a strategy for that is really, really useful. Mostly having like delayed attacks. Charged R2s seem to work really well.
This is great stuff like this, and also that throwing shield that I guess no one uses anymore, but we used it in my season, where you throw the throwing shield and then it will hit them after they've rolled, and it's like a easy. It will hit them every single time. It's so good. So yeah, that's kind of like this R2 here that Adif's been using.
Yeah, Chris here working still on Sacred Flasks here. Josh currently moving around as well. And it looks like CBD went to Roundtable here for just a moment. Maybe because there's another weapon that he wanted to pick up. I'm not too sure. He might be prepping his character a little bit more, grabbing some talismans. Oh, he is going for some status here. Oh, he might be going for the Death Bird. He did grab the Sanctified Wet Blade. He is going to be putting... Okay, so he's definitely going for the Death Bird here. He is putting Holy onto the club that you start out with as a DLC player.
Nice, okay.
Savage Lion's Claw Club.
Yeah, so that's great that, the South Coast here is really useful for CBD with the Deathrite Bird, then the Fingers, Metter situation, the blowing. Oh, and there's Adef with the mausoleum. Nice.
Very nice block.
Easy
Very
first
nice block.
try. Great work, Adef. Yeah.
So that diagonal's blocked out, blocked out now. And now here's the thing: is that they kill the Deathrite Bird is kind of a big deal, unless you are starting to work towards Morgott / Romina and Melania. And this is maybe what Adef is working on. Looks like he's going straight towards Golden Hippo here. Going to be grabbing that Skidoo fragment, going to go towards Hippo and start working on all those remembrance fights that we see on this board.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's not a bad idea to go. It looks like he's might be thinking of Romina in long term here, because you know you got Mesmer he can kill, which is on the board. Romina he can kill, which is on the board, into maybe a potential consort in the future. So if that's what he's going for here, yeah, he gets the Skidoos, he gets set up, he gets the money from the hippos and everyone. It's not a horrible idea for sure, and works on well, not I mean I guess it doesn't have to block those anymore, but yeah, just get squares on the board.
We'll
And
see
there's
this
CBD
Deathrite
with
fight.
the Deathrite bird, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes. Those birds on the side can be a little pesky here. And this fight in general can be really, really tough, especially with no armor, which CBD has been doing a lot lately. Seeing as to... Jesus
my
Christ! Seeing as to that Blue Dancer does give you a lot of like damage, but again, this is also what happens, is that you immediately die because you don't have any armor on.
Brutal.
So it is definitely a, I would say, a volatile build that CBD goes for. It's a high risk, high reward type situation, and especially on this fight, it can be really, really tough.
Okay, and there is the
Yep.
Sacred Flask from Josh.
So there we go. Chris, a little bit of a time sink on trying to get that square, but that's fine. He at least still has a good flask here for these fights coming on up. That's a nice block here, I would say, from Itzerino, blocking out that column 1 and that row 4 now as well. So I think actually there are no bingo lines available for Team Blue besides column 4. No one has put a square on column 4 so far, but everything else is blocked out by Itzerino. So they're very much, it seems like, pushing for a potential majority game here. Nice stagger on that Deathrite Bird here from CBD. Going to be going for that riposte right afterwards. And let's see what Itzerino's planning on next. And also what Chris and Adef are thinking about here, Team Blue. Looks like he's working his way already towards Moog, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, I feel like none of these blocks have been devastating for any of these players because, yeah, they probably know these are all long squares. These are all, it's a kind of, you know, just a bunch of bosses. We don't know what the other person's doing. We don't know what kind of damage is happening. So, yeah, I feel like they have a majority game in mind. Yeah, there's Chris fighting that Sanguine Noble. God, this guy and his Reduvias, it's brutal.
Yeah, double Reduvia is pretty insane.
It is pretty insane. That was my build on my first Elden Ring playthrough.
Hell yeah. There we go. Nice kill here from CBD. There is that Deathrite Bird kill. And that's going to be looking really good here for Team Itzerino. Again, have been behind on squares, but have been ahead on progression on the board specifically. That column 2 now looking pretty scary with it being Morgott in the base game and Romina and Melania as a co-op square being the only ways to block that column 2. That's a lot of work.
Yeah, so we have Adif here again going for Romina, I guess. I think at least. Chris is working on the Moog, which is good to block row 1. I do wonder if they plan on, like, I don't know what's more important, the row 1 or the column 2. Maybe we'll see a swap over to Millennia when Adif starts working on Romina. But yeah, I guess making more progress in the meantime isn't a bad idea because they do have the Millennia Grace unlocked, so it's not much of a time sink to just go there.
Yeah, no, exactly. And it's going to be a lot of money as well, which is going to be really nice. So once you get this kill, it's going to be really solid for the base game players to deal with some of these other fights as well. I would say personally, and this is maybe is a weird take, I don't know, but I think Moog is probably one of the easiest remembrance fights. Like with Godric and all. Like once you understand Moog, he is very manageable and very easy to tackle. And I'm expecting that from Chris and Josh as well here, who have been, been playing Elden Ring since day one, that they should know how this fight goes. Doing a nice skip here from Chris, by the way, trying to avoid the enemies here and going straight towards the staircase. Josh are probably going to be doing the same thing in just a moment. And the DLC players right now kind of racing here. What seems to be Mina and also Mesmer, because those are on the board. But CBD going for the back side of Shadowkeep instead first for some progression, whereas ADEF is going straight for the front door from Shadowkeep.
Yeah, I am curious what each of them are going to be prioritizing.
Yeah, not too sure. CBD would be currently behind when it comes to racing Romina and Mesmer, if it came down to it. But it looks like ADEF is going to go towards Mesmer here specifically, as he is currently going all the way up to the loft area, running past this Fire Knight here. CBD going to be taking this elevator, and he could drop down if you want to and go straight towards Romina and pass ADEF on possibly getting to Ancient Rao first.
Yeah, the one thing to keep in mind is the CBD ADEF race isn't, the most crucial thing when it comes to those squares, just because the square will not be marked until the other teammates have finished them. So if one player does get to it before the other, it's not the biggest deal in the world. And they also, they don't even know the opponent when the first player has completed that square. So yeah, this isn't like a make or break situation right now. But yeah, obviously being faster is always better.
Yeah. But a very early Moog here for both players. 37 minutes into the match now. Chris going up the elevator. Josh very close behind him. Going to be going for that fight here in just a second as well. So this is going to be a bit of a Moog race actually from both base game players here, which is going to be really nice.
And weapon, I don't know if they're upgraded the same amount.
That's a good question. Yeah, I'm not too sure. But depending on how this race goes, Chris either blocks out row 1 or row 1 looks really good here for Team Red.
Chris has got a much bigger health bar. Josh probably has more flasks. I can't quite see. It's a little fuzzy on the screen, but yeah, I think Chris is obviously in here earlier, so I think this might come down to some RNG, some weapon damage.
Not the biggest amount of damage, but it is yellow damage, and that's what we like to see at the end of the day. Yellow damage is great, and he's already going towards that first proc of knee heal. And we have Bloodhound Claws here from Josh, by the way. That would help out a lot here, going for some bleeds and for some frost, apparently.
Nice. That's a great choice. I think this is actually a great decision.
This might actually give Josh a way to catch up.
Okay, obviously the statuses are good, but without the status, that damage is insanely.
Yeah, I don't think he upgraded it at all.
Yeah. I guess he wanted to just pull off one frost and that's it. Maybe he's deciding against those claws. Chris, yeah, it might be hard for him to catch up here, but...
Yeah, Chris already on phase 2 here.
Yeah.
A lot of damage. Yeah. Chris also utilizing the weapon art, by the way, of sort of Milos, which is that you yell out. This is the Dung Eater weapon as far as I understand, and it debuffs all the enemies around you, and also changes your R2, and it's a terrible R2. But it does debuff all the enemies, and that does allow. It's kind of like almost the same as Frost Grease, I guess, in that case. So yeah, this is definitely working out for Chris right now. Very much in the lead. Yeah. Josh still not in the phase 2.
Josh, Josh caught up more than I would have expected him to be able to in terms of the damage. But yeah,
still going to be tough here. Currently going into phase 2 now. Knee heal. Blood for the Blood God.
Nice stagger there.
And that is it, I believe, here for Chris. That should be the kill. There it is.
Nice.
Huge pickup and nice block here from Team Positive Vibes.
Yeah, I do wonder if Josh is going to finish out this fight, just because the remembrances are on the board, and we do have Moog and Concert Dawn on the board anyway. Yeah. It looks like he agrees with that, and he's going to finish it out.
Yeah, and it's a lot of money.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it might as well not make it feel like a complete waste of time. Very nice fight here from Josh as well, though. Great job here from Chris. And going straight towards Melania, a very early Melania. He's already at the Grace, leveling really quick with the Moog money that he has. Oh, never mind. He is porting. Okay. So he was thinking about it, but then he, I guess, decides he saw something else on the board that he really liked. And we see Skidoo View here from CBD, by the way. I think maybe possibly going for the Blessings of America.
Yeah, I do wonder what Positive Vibes think about that column too. Again, maybe Chris is just waiting for Adif to get to Romina for him to start working on Millennia. But yeah, I mean, column 2 hasn't been blocked yet. Yeah, and here's gonna be the Blessing America, which is nice, and then that'll be Itzerino's block against column 4.
So much happening. And it's kind of crazy that both teams are really much being very proactive about blocking lines.
Yeah.
Very, very proactive match here. Match 1.
Yeah, this board is just insane. I wonder how they feel about it. I'm curious if the players like the killing squares or if they prefer the other ones. Maybe 100% killing squares is a little much. I don't know. I'm curious. They did have decent weapons though, which is great. This would suck if they didn't have many good choices to work from. Or like if they just had like pure trash and they just had no yellow damage ever. Alright, and there's CBD with the horse guy down. Sentinel, what's his name? Tree Sentinel? There has not been a lot of deaths on bosses here from what I remember. It's pretty impressive. I mean, we've seen a few deaths to other random stuff, but I feel like players...
Oh. Had a quick little reset there, I guess. This fight's definitely a lot longer for Josh than it was for Chris. I do wonder if it's really a level difference here. I guess the kill, honestly, that would make a lot of sense because Josh hasn't really killed as much as Chris. Chris killed the Theodorix Magma He killed Misbegotten Crusader. That's a lot of extra money for Chris. That probably pulled a lot of weight in this fight.
Yeah, and here's what we were talking about earlier. That Memory of Grace with 50k runes, it doesn't really look like it's mattered in a negative way at this point, right?
Yeah.
There's been so many other ways to get money. So that was actually a great call from Chris.
Yeah, very, very nice call from Chris here. Possible Mesmer fight here now from Adif. He's dropping down. He did grab the loft here. I think he did the Shadow Keep skip here. Actually, very nice from Adif. Oh, okay. He wanted to actually go to Gaius, but he actually went and wound up to Mesmer. I've done that so many times where you just like autopilot because both getting to Gaius and Mesmer are very similar up until the very end.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think he's going to go for that Blessings of America. And there is the mark though here from CBD.
Yeah. We do have Chris. Looks like he's looking at Rykard and Mesmer. I don't know if his opinion will change on that now that Itzerino has blocked column 4. It looks like yes, actually. And it looks like he's going to Millennia.
Yep. Well, Josh is already there, and he already entered the fight. So
Millennia.
We're going straight from a Moog raise to Melania raise. This board is literally offering everything.
Wow.
Josh a little bit ahead here. Already has a couple of hits and has a stagger already. Who has the better Melania fight? Jesus, these guys are like in sync on every fight. What is this? Are they on Discord? Are they talking to each other? Hey, go to Melania. I'm gonna do Melania.
Josh, let's set up a Millennia race.
Yeah, let's go real quick. And now the health bar.
Josh is ahead.
Yeah, and the health bar is looking a lot better now for Josh as well after that Moog fight. So that money was definitely worth it for sure. Really nice stagger here from Josh. Now, obviously, there is no Melania square here, so even both base game players, once they finish Melania, they don't know.
Yeah.
If it mattered or not.
Yeah, so that's one of the interesting things about these co-op squares. This is what I was saying earlier. There is a Millennia race. It doesn't like really matter right now because they're not going to steal the square from one another. Having Millennia done is going to be great, obviously, but if one finishes slightly before the other, it's not going to make the biggest difference. What the square will come down to is Romina, which actually it looks like we're heading towards a Romina race.
Yeah, both. Yeah,
CBD and ADF are neck and neck on this bridge, actually.
Dude,
They're also on Discord call telling each other.
Yeah, what the hell? Dude, this is actually insane. I did not think that co-op squares were the way to go if we wanted more bingo races between players. Like, this is wow, and actually Chris caught up to Josh.
Yeah, which I was actually surprised about because it looked like Chris was having a little more RNG difficulties with like the waterfowl dance and all that. But yeah, I don't know. That's crazy that he caught up.
Yeah, there it is. Chris already in phase 2 here, like a little bit ahead now, but barely. Both of them currently waiting for the bloom to happen. Insane. Again, a lot of money for these base game players now. Like, after this fight, they should be dealing with every single fight without a problem. They'll have so much damage, so much health. Everything should be A-okay. Now, this really comes down to RNG, I would say, for the phase 2 here. Like, how many waterfowls do you get? How many of those spectral attacks that you get? You know, the one where she, like, flies in the air and... The ghosts, whatever that move is called. I don't even.
The shadow clones. Yes,
shadow
Chris
clones.
did die to that a few weeks or last week. That shadow clone move.
Yeah. Chris. Oh my God, he's so ahead though. Oh, there is waterfowl for Josh. Chris did not have to deal with waterfowl, so there is that.
Oh my gosh, Josh! What? That was amazing dodging.
That was a really cool.
Holy Josh, that was amazing.
I think that's what Aggie calls the loop-de-loop and pull.
Okay.
Is the move here. That's nice.
Oh no.
Okay, did get hit there once, but did survive. Yeah, definitely worse RNG here, sadly, for Josh on the Millennia fight, and he does die.
Damn, I cursed him, I think.
Very unfortunate. Chris here does get the kill here though on Millennia, but does not know if he got it or not. Oh, it looks like that we did miss something here. CBD might have died actually. Trying to do a skip here or something.
Oh my gosh.
Because
it's so hard to keep track with the 4 players we have a Millennia race going.
I know. ADF here is very far ahead right now, currently on the bridge already. I do wonder where he died. Did he die on the skip? He must have died on the tree skip.
Yeah,
he did.
Yeah, so at this point, Chris got Millennia first. ADF is definitely ahead on Romina. And there's CBD setting up that tree. God, this tree skip. This is like pretty consistent unless, and maybe this is just me, but unless you're in the wrong time of day that you didn't practice it and the shadow is like slightly different, it's like, damn.
I don't even.
The shadow could be there.
What
you don't use. Yeah, you just send it, right?
No, I don't just send it. All right, it just looks like I just send it, but I know there's a very specific angle, and there is. I explained this on stream once. There is. So when you drop off, the way the rock is shaped, it's a bit of a corner piece, and all you do is you sprint your horse right on that corner piece, and you will always land on the tree.
Maybe we should have a halftime show of that, Dom. That'd be.
I am planning on putting together a bingo skip video for in between matches.
That's really good.
Yeah, well, we'll be doing that tomorrow actually. So yeah, chat. For anyone wondering, there are some schedule changes. Obviously today, as you can see, it's not Positive Vibes versus Blank Sonetta first. It's Blank Sonetta second. It's Itzerino first. And tomorrow, sadly, due to some scheduling conflicts here, we'll only have one match tomorrow, which is going to be Blank Sonetta versus Frog Car Spin. And what I'll be doing is before that match, I will go ahead and go through a bunch of bingo skips with you guys and showcase a bunch of the different bingo skips that the players do as like a precursor to the bingo skip video that we'll have in between matches.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then we'll go into the match afterwards just to have a little bit of a longer stream rather than just one match, a one-off. Nice fight here from Josh, by the way, going to phase 2 here for Millennia now. Chris here, I believe, working towards Morgott already. Yeah,
so Chris is working on Morgott, which is a great idea, especially just in case they don't get Romina Millennia. However, ADF is literally in the Romina fight. CBD hasn't reached it yet, and also Josh hasn't killed Millennia yet. So So yeah, that square, I mean, it's looking like it's in their favor at this point. Obviously, anything can happen. I think just one death from Adef will even this out. But yeah, they're definitely ahead.
Yeah,
But
that's
yeah, I
it.
think showing off the skips is a great idea, especially for a lot of casual players who don't get to watch practice or don't know that those skips exist. So Chad, if that's you, you should definitely tune in for that.
Hell yeah, 100%. Yeah, we're gonna fight here starting for CBD now as well. But Adif already almost in phase 2 here. There's the phase 2 transition here for Romina. And but Frost procking
nice
here
Frost.
for CBD. He did switch to the Great Katana now. I don't know where he found that, but is not using the Dragon Hunter's Great Katana right now for the time being, because this way he has 2 statuses rather than just 1.
You know what's worth pointing out though with Romina? The RNG on phase 2 is so important. It's so significant in these fights because she can really just stall. Like, she can literally just stall where like you just can't do anything. You can't even be greedy because she's in the air, or she's like gonna Scarlet Rot you with the butterflies or something. So that actually could make a massive difference here. CBD is actually like almost caught up.
Yep.
So this is actually a lot closer than it initially looked like.
Nice stagger here from Adif. Melania is down for Josh now, so it's
Nice.
definitely coming down to the Romina race between the
Ooh,
both players
all right,
here.
Romina race.
Oh boy. Josh. Adif here definitely currently ahead on the Romina fight here, but one Frost
almost
proc could
insane.
really change it all for CBD.
Oh yeah.
There it is. Frost proc here, but also one bleed proc could change it here for Adif. Currently still ahead. Gets a nice stagger here for Adif.
Stagger, wow.
This is looking like a square for Team Positive Vibes, and a really nice block here on that column too.
Yeah.
Nice fight here from Adif.
Oh my god, the Rominas are like almost synced up. Wow, that was
Nice.
nice.
There we
that
go.
was very close. That was very close. I wonder if CBD, how he feels about that, or if he was expecting that.
Very nice block. Very
Yeah.
nice block. Team
On the
Positive
bright
Vibes.
side, this isn't a terrible. I mean, obviously that square would have been really amazing to have for them because of their line. But like at the end of the day, this is not a total loss. It's still a remembrance. It's still access to Concert Radon if it comes to that. It's not like this is a for nothing square, which is
Yeah.
nice. This board has a lot of that, to be honest.
Yeah, there's a lot of like you're not fully punished type situations,
Yeah.
which is really nice. And what's really cool to see here, by the way, as well, is that now we're in a full majority game. All the lines have been blocked
Nice.
after that last square here. So now it just comes down to who makes the right calls as a team. Chris, you're currently working on the 3 Black Knife Assassins, apparently, in the Ordina jail, whereas Josh right now is making his way towards Capital. Romina fight here for CBD, and Mesmer fight here for Adif, as he is trying to possibly, oh my god, gets lit up like a turkey on Thanksgiving. Possibly going to be going for maybe the Remembrance Square. Jesus, that's a hard word.
Yeah. The
Remember.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel bad for whoever ends up doing Metter. That square is so long. They've got good weapons and all that, so it's not the end of the world, but man, that square is long. I personally don't like it.
Yeah, it is tough. It is very, very tough.
It's interesting that no one's contested Godric dancing line. I know that doesn't really synergize with much else, but those are pretty. I mean, I guess Godric is kind of a run, right? There's not a huge reason to get to him.
Yeah,
those
they
are
just
the
both take
bosses.
time. Yeah, Bellerot takes a
Yeah.
while to get through. So does, Stormvale
Yeah.
Castle. Yeah, it looks like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Adif is working on Crucible Knights right now. There is that one square, kill one of each Crucible Knight on the board. And so Adif taking on Devonia.
Oh man, this is a great Ash of War that we can use against her. But
Yeah.
Devonia is honestly a really chaotic fight. Like kind of horrible. I hate fighting Devonia. It just the moves make no sense. They last way too long. They track you forever.
Yeah, she very much has like moves that are like so delayed that they confuse you. That's pretty much how that fight goes. Sadly, not a boss. I really wonder sometimes the decision making at FromSoft, having two of the other like Crucible Knights being actual bosses. Devonia is just a random enemy that you can bump into as a
And
Crucible
great
Knight.
kill though from Adif. Wow.
Very nice
really
kill.
Impressive. We have CBD also working on Devonia, I think. Yeah.
Yep.
Going from behind though.
And Chris here going straight for the Azura's Hero's Grave here for the other 2 Crucible Knights. Going for the double Crucible Knight fight.
Yeah, that's a good choice. Yeah.
Nice stagger already. Damn. Oh, he staggered her out of it. Staggered her out of the stagger.
Yeah, I mean, this like move that she's doing, no one else does that. So it's just like she has so many unique moves that you can't practice anywhere else.
Yeah.
It's super weird.
It's really neat though too. And sadly, we don't learn any of those moves at all as Incans, which is really unfortunate. Mesmer fight here for Adolf right now, dealing it with Hornston to make sure he doesn't have to deal with that later in case he has to do Consort Radon, that doesn't show up for the Letta fight here. Lanedale Capital for Josh right now, going to be possibly doing Capital skip here. And yeah, Devonia almost dead here for CBD right now. 1 more hit left. Nice.
Yeah, great Mesmer fight so far. Oh my god, these stupid chariots on Chris's screen here, they're such a time waste. I hate those things.
It's silly to watch, that's for sure, yeah.
Yeah, those belong in Dark Souls 2. Put them in Dark Souls 2, get them out of Elden Ring. Alright, here we go, Josh with some Landel skips.
Very nice.
Nice, Josh. Alright, what is Josh looking at here? I mean, oh, the Crucible Knight. Am I crazy? I didn't even know there was one in here. Nice. I mean, yeah, being in Landel isn't a horrible time sink or anything either because, you know, you have Morgott. So yeah, I just didn't even know this guy existed.
Oh yeah. He just kind of hangs out. Or I guess she in this case. Siluria is also a lady. Devonia and Siluria are ladies. Ordovis is the only dude, Crucible Knight. But yeah, they're kind of hanging out.
Say that, Ordovis is the only one who has a name in this duo fight. That's interesting.
Yeah, Siluria actually does have a name, but only in the Deeproot Depths. There's a lone Siluria hanging out by herself at a dead tree, which seems to be like an old tree that died out a long time ago. A little bit of lore drop there. But Josh here actually might beat them to it. This is actually really good from Josh here. He went for that Siluria in Lanedale Capital. Instead is now going for the Everjail Ordovis. So he might actually take this away from Chris. This might be a nice snipe here from Josh. This fight does take a while.
Yeah. Wow, great damage. Wow. Yeah, wow. Josh played this really well. I wouldn't have expected that routing. That was awesome.
Yeah, very nice picks here from Josh for sure. So Chris and Josh were pretty much racing on Ordovises right now.
Wow. Wait, this is this is a little bit closer than I expected.
This is very close here. A little bit of RNG involved, but if Josh just gets a stagger. Oh, here we go. Oh, nice jump. And there it is.
Wow. There it is. And Chris fought the duo Crucible Knights for no reason.
Very nice pickup here. And yeah, Chris literally 2 to 3 hits away on that Ordovis.
Yeah.
Very nice pickup here from Josh.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah, this game is so close, dude. I feel like it's just in every direction. And there's CBD going into or burning the ceiling tree, making progress towards Consort Radon. Now, okay, now Domo, can you tell me anything about reaching Dancing Lion from this direction?
From CBD's direction?
Yes, is that something that exists?
That is something that exists, yes.
Okay.
There is a skip that you can do here. So when you go towards Euphoria, you have an angle that you can drop down towards Dancing Lion. Instead, it's a little risky, and if you die, you're not allowed to use the stake to get into Ballarat. So that's the only thing that's a little risky. That's why CBD here is grabbing this Grace here just in case, I believe, and working towards Dancing Lion, or maybe just not wasting the time because getting to the Euphoria in of itself is a little bit of a time sink here.
It is. It's a little bit of a weird run.
But yeah, there is pretty much like a little like hole in the ground when you go towards Euphoria that you're able to pretty much drop onto the staircase right before Dancing Lion, and that is something that players can do, but again, is a little bit of a time sink anyway. So just going the normal way seems fair.
Yeah. Yeah, I was watching players practice that jump down to Dancing Lion. That's not something that we did in my season, so I've never seen that. But I mean, it is an interesting addition of. It's another layer to Bingo where, okay, you know, you're making progress towards Concert Dawn, but you're also making progress towards Dancing Lion, weirdly. However, CBD didn't opt for that choice, which is cool. Maybe he just doesn't want to play risky, and that's fine.
Yeah, I think just having just a backup plan is always solid here. But yeah, it looks like that both players are rushing Dancing Lion right now. Chris here going for Godskin Noble, going for Rykard here now as the co-op square, trying to grab one of those co-op squares on the board. And Josh here making his way towards Godric. So looks like that they are kind of all going for co-op squares at the moment. 3 Black Knife Assassins is not currently on the menu. Neither is Morgott or Matir. It's all about the co-op squares right now because, yeah, the 9 different remembrances, all the different co-op squares, almost all of them, lean into the 9 different remembrances anyways. Yeah, good choices in my opinion. We do have Adef almost in the Lion fight. CBD is not quite there yet. I think with maybe a death from Adef or something, maybe CBD can catch up on that. And RNG, I mean, how much would you say RNG matters in this fight? Like, I would say depending on if the players are comfortable with the lightning phase. Yeah, the lightning phase can be a little tough, for sure. I think that's the worst phase personally. It's very much because the lightning strikes feel RNG. I've had some people mention that it's not really, but it just feels like it for sure. It's very frustrating to deal with. Positioning's really hard in this fight. It's really important to get like a good standing position here for your character to make sure you can punish correctly and not just have to run away the whole time. But I do think, okay, it looks like that Josh did grab Stormvale Castle here, killed Market, but it's not going for Godric right away, but going for Capital Skip once again, and it's kind of splitting progress, it looks like. Going to go possibly to start working on a little bit of Morgott, maybe go kill Goldfree, and then go back again and go kill Godric then, because he doesn't want to be sniped off, potentially, here. So he's waiting for CBD to get to the Dancing Lion fight, and then maybe ports back afterwards, and then they do it together, I think is the current plan here for Itzerino.
Yeah, these are great choices. I feel like we've seen this a lot today. And yeah, when with the co-op squares, when what you do right now doesn't totally matter because it depends on what your partner is doing, you totally have the freedom to do that. So that's a good choice, I think, from Josh. And there's Adef with almost killing Dancing Lion. Very nice fight, Adef. That was great. And yeah, he is absolutely comfortable with this fight. Nice. Wow.
Very nice. Yeah, pierce damage goes really well on this fight, and Great Katana / Dragon Hunter's Great Katana has a lot of piercing moves that make it a lot easier to approach. Goes straight towards back to the Specimen Storehouse here. I think he's going to go ahead and make his way towards Gaius potentially here, just to rush maybe the different remembrances. Instead of going for or did he not beat Mesmer? I do think I missed out on if he actually beat Mesmer or not.
He did ? I also missed that he was fighting and got him very low, but we must have looked away on the actual kill.
No, okay, it looks like that he actually is going for Gaius here. Interesting. Okay, that's fair. It is progression towards Matir as well. Matir with their fingers here, getting access to the finger ruins here. Dancing Lion still on the board for CBD at the moment here, and Chris killing Rykard, going for that nice shield strat.
Poke. Yep, classic shield poke strat.
Very nice.
Yeah, the other thing with Gaius is it does give us progress towards Meta, and it also gives us a lot of Skidoo, which is great. I mean, it's kind of a run to Skidoo. I feel like I've seen some players just not even get it, not even like take it. So I wonder if Adef will, but like again, I mean, we got some big bosses. We got Conservadon, we got Meta, we got Stenisax, which is extremely out of the way, by the way. I'm curious if they're gonna end up doing that, but getting more Skidoo is absolutely gonna be a major help, and I think it's worth a little detour. So that's the other thing with CBD. I wonder if he chose to go through the Dancing Lion dungeon instead of doing the skip because there are a few extra Skidoo in there. Maybe he just wanted to grab some of those as well.
Could be. Could be, yeah, definitely could be. Goldfree here for Josh now. I'm assuming after the kill on Goldfree, Josh will pivot off and go fight Godric, but I'm also not 100% sure. Dancing Lion is dead for CBD now as well. Rykard here on Chris's screen. It's going to be a nice pickup here for Team Positive Vibes, a possible 10th square, as Rykard is the only thing that they need left for that co-op square, Rykard and Mesmer.
A great Goldfree kill.
Very nice Goldfree kill.
Chris is running out of, I mean, I don't know how much he's using that L2, but he is running out of blue.
Yeah, I think as of right now, not really using it. And also not going for the classic stagger Rykard when he goes for the transition attack thing here, but does go for the Ash of War one last time, and that should be a lot of damage. There it is. One more jumping R2 should do it. Boom! There
Very
you go.
Nice play. Yeah, looks good.
Dunked on him, and there's the mark. 10-8 right now for Team Positive Vibes.
So it looks like Josh is very close to Morga, which I assume he's just going to go fight. There's no reason to hold that at all. Itzerino is also approaching. I mean, to be fair, blue team hasn't been marking how many they're at. We'd have to count. But red team, I mean, they've got a lot. They are approaching the 9 count. Maybe I'll take a second and count blues because I'm curious what they're at. I wonder who's going to get that one.
It is going to be close. It's going to be very, very close, I think. Morga here is another remembrance, though, for Team Red. This is going to be a nice square and possibly their 7th remembrance.
I think
very
they're at
nice
6.
dodges.
I think Team Blue is at 6.
Team Blue's at 6. I mean, they have Romina, Melania. They have Moog. That's 3 at the very least. Rykard, Mesmer. That's 5.
Mm-hmm. And Dancing Lion.
Yeah, 6. I think, yeah, you're right.
So they're at 6. Red team is at 7. Here's Josh fighting the 8th.
Yeah.
So they're definitely a little bit ahead on that. We have Chris going towards Godric, but we know that Josh has Godric set up. Dancing Lion, I believe that was an incredibly fast kill.
That was a fast Morgoth kill here from Josh. I mean, they have killed Moog and Melania. They have a lot of money, so this fight now is a joke to them at this point. And yeah, so Josh going to go ahead and talk to the tree door real quick so he can get out of there. And Chris already, I think right now, bypassing Josh when it comes to Stormvale Castle, because I don't think Josh got past the gate. He only killed Margaret and grabbed the Grace here. So now I think Chris is in the lead for that co-op square of Dancing Lion and Godric.
Yeah. So if Josh does opt to go for Godric here, we will be seeing a little bit of a Godric race. I mean, Chris is definitely ahead a little bit, but yeah. Dancing Lion has been killed on both ends, so that is definitely their square. We do see CBD going for the fingers here, so he's looking at Metter. I would like to see Metter. I mean, I don't want to play Metter, but I do like to see them fight Metter and do the whole shindig that leads up to her.
I agree.
Oh, wait, what happened to Black Knife Assassin? I thought Chris was working on that.
Oh my god, Adif never went to go talk to Emir for the finger whistle.
Oh gosh.
So Adif just wasted his whole time trying to get to these fingers.
Uh-oh.
He never started the quest. He just lost so much time.
Yeah,
that's my god. He's like, all right, I'm just not going to do the quest. I'm going to go ahead and just go for Gaius instead as a remembrance. Great call here from Adef, trying to put out a fire real quick in his brain, being like, okay, you know, don't tilt from goofing up the time loss here. Just go for a quick kill. Very unfortunate. There it is. Two finger ruin calls already on CBD's screen. Getting that beloved Stardust. Getting through the dialogue real quick and then going straight for the mid-tier fight.
That's good. And you know what? When CBD marks this, I bet Adif is going to think, okay, I'm glad that I didn't continue to pursue that because I would have lost it.
Yeah, a little bit of a blessing in disguise for sure here. Chris going to be getting Godric right now. This is going to be a little bit of snipe here on Josh as Chris is already in phase 2. Going to get that square. That's going to be 11 squares for Positive Vibes and another remembrance. This is going to be their 7th remembrance, I believe, or even 8th. And then Gaius here might be their 9th remembrance. So this is actually possibly a huge snipe.
Yep, yeah.
Oh, this is number 8.
Yeah. Itzerino, we're definitely ahead on those remembrances.
Yeah, so this is going to be number 8 for Positive Vibes once they get Gaius. And then Godric is going to be number 8 for Josh. and then 9 is going to be Matir.
Yes, yeah, which I assume that they were, that's what they were counting for that square.
Yeah.
However, Gaius is obviously much faster, and
Really nice fight.
yeah, it looks like I mean, they might, I don't know, we'll see what happens, but it looks like they might be losing that square there.
Yeah, they might
Okay, and
lose.
there we are back to the Black Knife Assassins. I was wondering what happened to that, because we saw Chris working on this earlier.
Yeah, this is looking like a square actually for... This is looking like a double square actually for Team Itzerino. This might be actually 11-11 here in just a moment after this Matir fight. This might turn into a complete even game at this point, which is insane.
Wait, what is the double? It's the Metter.
Matir, Mother of Fingers, but also acquire 9 different remembrances because Godric just died. That's their 8th. This will be their 9th, so they get 2 squares for killing Matir. She's a remembrance.
Yeah. Oh, I thought Team Blue was just about to get 9 right after Gaius. I must.
No, that was 8. That's their 8th remembrance.
Okay. No, you're absolutely right. Yeah, I thought
Yeah.
Adolf was about to get that, and that's why I was saying Gaius is a faster kill. But I guess yeah. No, I miscounted that.
No, yeah, you're good. Yeah, he's going for Rolana here right now. He's running towards Castle Ensis, and who knows? Maybe there is a little bit of an oopsie poopsie on Matir to where Team Positive Vibes can actually get that square. But if CBD knows his fight as well as he knows as the other ones, this could be a huge swing into Itzerino's favor.
And you know what? Some frost, some bleed. I mean, that's gonna go a long way on this fight.
Yeah. 100%. Chris here working on those Black Knife Assassins, and so is Josh here. But Chris going for the Ordina Assassins here, all 3 invisible. Josh going for the visible ones here just to make it a little bit easier on himself. So seeing which ones are faster again. Both Chris and Josh going for different options, the same way they did with the Crucible Knights.
Yeah, I really do like that. It's so interesting to actually be able to see side by side which options are better, like the riskier but faster, or the slower and steadier one. And that was better for Josh. The slower strat when it came to the Crucible Knights. We'll see if it's better here.
Huge Frost and Bleed proc here in Matir, Mother of Fingers, by the way, for CBD. Going into the phase 2 right now, trying to get some more status builds up in, get some really nice damage off here. Hopefully getting another stagger here once she lands. That would be very beneficial. Does get a really good RNG move here. It maybe hits her in the chest a couple times, and that might be a stagger. Does not get the stagger right away, but after this, he might try to rush the chest here. Hit her with an R1, potentially. Okay, has to wait it out.
Here we have Adolf working on his 9th remembrance. So this is a little bit of a acquire 9 remembrance square, I think. If I'm not mistaken on that.
Yeah, this is bad RNG right now for CBD. Has to be careful. Does get hit by the spin attack. If she goes into the laser attack now, he is maybe in deep trouble. Oh my!
Oh wow!
Jesus Christ.
Amazing proc there.
They're currently counting to make sure that they had 9. They're talking to each other. There it is. There is the double mark.
Nice. And it's 11-11. Oh my gosh. So 3 Black Knife Assassins is the next square off the board, I assume. And then we have Consort Radon and Senesax and Lanciax. Oh my gosh, Senesax and Lanciax.
this is turning into an insane game. We're currently 1 hour and 13 minutes into this. And yeah, Adolf just quitting out of Rolana, realizing that it doesn't matter anymore if he has remembrances or not. He's going to go straight for Consort Radon here instead, running towards Aenir Limb. And so is CBD already in Aenir Limb. And we'll see Ancient Dragon Lanciax on Josh's screen. Oh, he's going for his 3rd Black Knife Assassin, which is going to be actually in this Sage's Cave.
So let's talk about the Leda fight. Are CBD and Adolf even on the amount of people in the Leda fight?
I believe so.
Does CBD have Hornsent in there?
I don't think so. Normally players make sure that they don't have Hornsent in there, but I also am not 100% sure.
I didn't see CBD getting rid of Hornsent anywhere in any way.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And I do think if they have the same weapon, I do think Hornsent can actually be a big difference in that fight. So I guess we'll see. Though CBD, I mean, he is ahead.
Yeah, this is gonna be very, very interesting, coming down to who gets Consort Radon first now between Adolf and CBD. CBD is definitely ahead by at least 30 seconds here. So it's gonna come down to who does the fight better, who does the fight faster, and also how does the Leda fight go. So there's a lot of what's the word? variables here that could really change on how this
Yes,
race goes between these two contenders right now. Or Chris and Josh are still racing Black Knife Assassins. Chris, I believe, is on his last Black Knife Assassin here. He's doing the one currently in the catacomb here. There it is, marked by Positive Vibes now, sniped away from Josh. That's a huge time sink here now for Team Itzerino, realizing that Team Positive Vibes, all they need now is one more square to lock it out. Either it's Consort Radon and Moog, Lord of Blood, or it's Senesax and Lanciax. So base game players, all they have left right now is Lanciax.
Yep, Lanciax. So we do have Josh heading towards that. I have been watching Josh practice a lot recently, and he's been practicing the hell out of that Lanciax skip.
Yeah.
So I can wonder if he's going to be doing that right now.
I think he already grabbed the Grace for it. He's already at the fight, actually.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he already grabbed the Grace for it before when he went for the Black Knife Assassin, I believe.
Okay, makes sense, actually. I would have wanted to see Josh do that skip.
I did miss the skip too. It is pretty crazy though. It is very much crazy, just like torrent jumping on a wall. This is very much going to come down to the DLC players after this fight, to who. And this is a big guessing game for Itzerino. It's like, is it Consort Radon or is it Senesax that Adif is going for? Because Positive Vibes is currently a square ahead, so that he could pivot if he really wanted to, and go for a Senesax instead and get a head start on that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that they're the safest option to assume is that they're working on Consort Radon because they already have Moog, and Team Red knows that, so they might just be guessing. Okay, the safe thing here is Consort.
I'm thinking for Adif here or Positive Vibes in general, probably their communications like, hey, if I got Dragon Hunter's Great Katana at the Katana check, most likely CBD has that too, which means they might be going for Senesax Lanciax instead, because it's going to be really, a little bit easier to tackle with that specific weapon. So instead, I'm going to go for Consort Radon to possibly not, get sniped on that. But as we see, CBD is already at the staircase right before Letta here. Adif, not that far behind at all.
Yeah, he's really not. Yeah, I do think some Letta RNG. I also am curious again who is in the Letta fight for CBD. CBD is skipping the Grace, or is he gonna come grab that after he? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he's grabbing it after. So what you do here is you have Letta start talking, and then you run to this door again, and then she stops talking, and that's actually faster than having her finish her sentences.
Oh my gosh. Wait, that's amazing.
Yeah. You just go ahead and you do that. That way you can just like get through the fight a little bit quicker. If you're quitting out right now on that dancing lion or divine warrior, lion warrior, whatever the hell they're called. Trying to get past the staircase. This guy can be a big menace here. Oh, this is very risky from Adif. Goes ahead and quits out again. Lanciax is now dead here for Josh. He has nothing else to do on the base game side of things, and is just going to have to wait it out now as he hopes that CBD clutches up for the team.
All right, here's CBD summoning Natan. Let's go, dude. And there's Adif. He's about to get in the fight. Man, if this comes down to Senesax, that would just be crazy. Senesax is so far away from all of them right now.
This is really insane. If it comes down to Senesax, is going to be a bit of a long haul for sure.
Yeah, so CBD does have Hornson in his fight actually, which I think will even out the fight between him and Adif. I think that'll make it like neck to neck.
Yeah, possibly could here. Hornson is definitely stalling right now, not really being super aggressive here with CBD, but CBD now getting a really nice overhead stance attack here on Hornson, and now gets to deal with Dane, but his buddy Natan should be showing up here in just a moment. Right about nowish. Natan. There he is.
He comes when he's ready, Dom.
Yeah, he was having breakfast.
Yeah. It's so funny when it's like he'll show up when the time is right or whatever it says. It's like, okay, man.
Yeah, exactly. And by the way, chat, we're having an insane race here. And if you are trying to enjoy Bingo Brawlers to its fullest here on Twitch, Be sure to go ahead and subscribe to the channel, either with the Prime, that's for free, if you have Amazon Prime, or just with the Tier 1 sub. That way you do not get ads during any of these matches and these hype moments. And go ahead and just follow the stream. Make sure that you're up to date with Bingo Brawlers as a whole. Go ahead and check out the website. Follow all the players that are playing this season. They're practicing a lot during the week. So you can check out those practice matches as well. See how they talk about strategy, how they learn about the game. All really, really fun and amazing content out there. And yeah, just appreciate the support, guys. We're waiting for this Letta fight.
Okay, so CBD did kill first, but it is extremely close. Like, this is so neck and neck.
It is very close, yeah, because Adolf just got the kill too, and he's like maybe 10 seconds behind. Maybe 10 seconds. Yeah, so this is going to come down to Radon. They've got the same weapon. Or, wait, no, did CBD switch off? He's using a different one now. Yeah, he's using the Great Katana with ice on it instead.
Okay, this is going to be a consort race. I need to just take a second. I'll be back in like 5 seconds.
No worries. All right, chat, here we have it here. The two final players going towards one of the squares that are on the board. Two co-op squares left. Consort Radon and Moog, Lord of Blood, and Senesax and Lanciax here. An hour and 20 minutes into the match. This is going to be deciding on who gets the square. Currently, Adolf going up the elevator here right before Radon, and CBD already at the Grace right before Radon as well. Depending on how these fights go, Itzerino might actually be able to pull a 13-12 board. Here we go. Starting fight array for Radon here on CBD. He gets one R1 in. Pierce damage. Really good at Radon on phase 1 here. And Adolf now entering the fight just as much. Only 2 hits in for CBD, so very much not a head start at all in this fight right now. And yeah, Adolf already caught up on the damage here with some nice R1s. CBD getting a little bit of a stall Radon in the beginning here.
All right, I'm back. Okay, this is extremely close. Good. I was like, I need to not miss this fight. But no, that's amazing. They are so close. I can't believe we're getting a Consort Radon race. This entire board has been so cinema. And of course, we have a Consort Radon race as well. Absolutely insane match for sure. So much killing, and it's been insanely hyped from moment one. Lots of nice races here. There's the Frost proc here on Consort Radon here already for CBD. Maybe getting a little bit of head start now on some of the damage here. But there's a stagger here for Adolf. Gets to take that riposte here. Maybe get a bleed very soon. Going to be moving into phase 2 in just a moment here. There's a stagger now for CBD as well. Going to take that riposte as well. Nice. And now CBD is ahead going to phase 2 first. Okay. Oh my gosh, this is so... CBD does not get the stall attack here from Radon either, but gets the nice cancel out. Nice. And so does Adolf here, not the initial phase 2 opener. Okay. Both currently a little bit on the same health here. And CBD now putting on some armor to make sure that he doesn't die, but also wearing the Letta armor here for the extra roll damage that you get. So Letta's armor has a thing that if you roll and attack right afterwards, you do a little bit of bonus damage. Both fights are literally... Okay, they're so close. Extremely close, yeah. But the Frost proc here, again on Radon for CBD, does help a little bit. But he does get a stall move here. Stagger here for Adolf, though. Incredibly close. Good work with that, with dodging that move, CBD. Yeah, wow. This is so close. A proc can just change this entire thing. One bleed proc, yeah, could define the whole match here between Positive Vibes and Itzerino. A couple more hits left. Dragon Hunter's Great Katana definitely putting in the work that it needs to, but here we go. A little bit of stall move again for CBD as Radon dashes across the arena. Now we go into the multi-hit combo. Adolf here does get knocked away and gets a stall move as well now. There's a little bit of stalling happening here, lots of stalling actually. Rolls out of the explosion. Space program very soon here for CBD. He takes a lot of damage here, has to be careful. There it is, space program first for CBD right now. Space Adolf program? Yeah, it's going to space. He is going to space. He's going to space. And he's landing here. Explosion happening. CBD not getting hit by the explosion. Stalled move again here from Adolf. Adolf not getting the space program just yet. They haven't had as much funding as CBD's team here. This is so sad.
Oh my god! And CBD here almost dies yet again, gets hit by the combo here, but luckily that armor saves him. There it is now. The other Radon going to space. A little bit late here. CBD definitely ahead. Should be going into a bleed proc / frost proc here. Just a couple more hits should take it. Itzerino possibly going to be going 12 to 12 here on the board. Going to have to force the Senesax fight onto Adef. There is the bleed proc. There's the frost proc. One more hit, maybe two more hits. There's a stall move. Oh boy.
Yep. Oh my gosh, this is so close.
Roll, and here it is for CBD. 1R1, 2R1s. There is the Radon. There's the bleed proc. Yells out in victory, and there is the mark in just a moment. Does a mark? Why is he not marking? There is the mark.
There it is.
12 to 12. Adef now has to go to Senesax.
It's a Senesax race.
It is a Senesax race.
Yeah, other than some money, there was no. I mean, he was close, but yeah, with how slow that fight was going, there was no reason, I guess, to finish off Consoradon. And he knows now this is important. Is their progress the same here? I think their progress is just about the same on Senesax.
It's not. It's not. Ancient Dragon Man is dead here for CBD. Adef has not even gotten near Ancient Dragon Man, so he has to do a whole extra fight here first to get to Senesax. So now it comes down to, does CBD actually clutch it up for Itzerino and bring it home?
Wow. Dude, this is the thing, you know, it's not over till it's over. Literally, like, if Consoradon had stalled just like a tad less and maybe Adef got a bleed or something, like whatever, this whole thing would have been different. It's just, it's so crazy. You can never just assume how games are going to end. And I mean, this one was never really one-sided anyway, but it just goes to show. It's
insane. It's actually insane.
So, are Josh and Chris here just kind of hanging out?
Yeah, they're kind of just like, this is the one downside I would say of 2v2 bingo is that one part of the team might just have to hang out because some of these squares are just really, really long. And for the most part, I would say like 60% of the time, maybe 70% of the time, sadly, the DLC players do have... actually, I think for the most part, the DLC players actually finish sooner than the base game players. So this is actually a bit of an oddity where the base game players are the ones hanging out and waiting. But yeah, this is just sadly just part of the format. So they just have to sit there and just hype up their teammate and honestly kind of maybe prevent them from tilting.
Wow, this is so mentally difficult because Senesax is such a hard fight anyway. Like it's just so frustrating. Even if you're world's best Elden Ring player, it's a frustrating boss because he's standing in water, he does electricity, just whatever. And the world is on their shoulders. They got all the pressure on them, CBD and Adef right now. And obviously pressure can make everything different. And so this is just an insane situation to be in for our DLC players. And so yeah, as you're saying, like the base gamers trying to keep the DLC players from tilting is definitely important here.
Very, very important. This is part of the team aspect that I really like about the 2v2s here. Having it being separated base game and DLC is just making sure that your teammate and you are on the same page and that you stop any bad thoughts from happening as well. This could be a really quick fight here from Adef. He is definitely behind at least by 2 to 3 minutes, which is going to be really, really tough here, especially for Senesax. But honestly, Senesax is like situation central. Like things can happen all the damn time on that fight. It is very chaotic. It is very tough to deal with. So this being the last square is actually insane. And yeah, I'm excited to see how this is going to play out for sure.
Yeah, this is pretty crazy. I do think, CBD's obviously ahead on this. If he like first tried no-hit Senesax, like it's obviously his here. But again, Senesax is such a weird fight. It's so hard to manage. They've got the same build more or less, or at least very similar. And yeah, we'll see how CBD handles this. He's got yellow damage. It's not the biggest yellow damage ever. It is yellow. It is something.
It is something. And here's going to be the tough thing. There is going to be definitely a race on Senesax, but at the end of the day, what else is going to happen is that Positive Vibes, win or lose, have to do another match after this. And there's a lot of damage pumping out here from Senesax, slamming the ground with Red Lightning. And there it is, CBD dying already to Senesax. That's what I'm saying. This is a really, really tough fight. This is giving Adef just a little bit of time after killing Ancient Dragman to get up this mountain and to do this fight himself.
Yeah. Yes, this Senesex fight is I think this is what we're gonna be seeing. I think we're just gonna be seeing attempt it till it works out. Like I feel like it's so hard to just be good at Senesax. I mean, again, even if you're good, you're still standing in water. The lightning is still gonna make its way over to you and do extra damage. Like it's brutal.
It is very, very tough. CBD try and move Senesax a little bit out of the water so it does a little bit less damage, but that overall is not going to define the fight here. Trying to get some Ashes of War on the head of Senesax. It does a lot of damage for sure, but it's also like really risky. Goes to the back of the tail now for some R1s.
So in your opinion, Dom, do you think it would have been better if Positive Vibes had just left Consort Radon and gone for Senesax?
Yeah.
Just assuming, yeah, you think so?
I think that would have been the right call personally, especially with Romina being killed and that actually being marked. No, sorry, not being marked, but that being something that was taken. It is hard to assume though. We see both POVs here, and so we don't really know exactly the team conversation was here. But if I was in Native's position, I think I would have taken Senesax over Consort Radon just for the sake of it's less likely just because people don't like this fight that I'm contested on this fight.
Yeah, I do wonder if, once we talk to the players, I wonder if they're going to say we know that we should have gone for Senesax and Lanceax just based on the fact that the other team is probably working on Consort Radon, but Senesax is just such a hard boss to pull off that it was just not worth it. Like, I wonder if that square was anything else, if they would have done that instead. Probably. Maybe Adif just hates this fight real bad, which is absolutely understandable. I hate it too, personally. I think Senesax is one of the most unfun bosses in this game.
Yeah, it's an incredibly, I would say, unfair fight.
Yeah.
For
Which
sure.
I feel like they knew what they were doing when they made this unfair fight. Like, they literally put him in water, but...
Yeah.
But, I mean, yeah. CBD's almost got him down, though.
He is doing a lot of nice dodges here for sure.
Yeah.
Making sure that he doesn't get tagged by the red lightning, healing up. Has a little bit of mana still left here. Should be able to get the kill here very soon. 2 Ashes of War, maybe. Oh my lord. This. Oh boy.
CBD almost just quit out.
Oh, he was trying to resummon Torrent, but Torrent was dead, so he had to use a flask to bring him back, kind of thing. Yeah. And there it is. GG's to Itzerino. Oh my
gosh,
god.
That was a great fight, CBD. That was a great fight. Wow.
Wow. The pull back from 11 to 11, making the right calls, taking Consort Radon, and then Senesax at the end of the game is absolutely insane. That is definitely very devastating here for Team Positive Vibes. Losing a match they were definitely making the right calls on. We're ahead of the game for 90% of it, always a square or two ahead, and making just like really nice plays here. And at the end of the day, sadly losing out on at the end here by just one call.
Yeah, that was an incredibly close game. Every square was incredibly close. I don't think it leaned in directions really at any point of the game. That was crazy. That was an insane game with an insane set of squares. Both teams played really well. Again, like not many people died to bosses or anything. People just played incredibly.
Yeah.
And I hope Team Positive Vibes isn't feeling too bad. They do have another game after this. But that's tough. Yeah, dude, look how happy they're after all that pressure, after fighting all those bosses. Oh my god, I can't even imagine how happy.
Yeah, the stark contrast between the two teams right now is there for sure, but it's understandable. That's bingo, man. It's a very much thing of like if you get to win and pull off a win like that, you know, there's nothing you can do but just smile about it and just be happy that you made the right calls. Let's go ahead and we'll move over to the post-game screen here. Chat, you get to see us again. Yay! Hello. Okay, cameras are a little fucked up, and I'll fix that while we're doing some talking here. But let's see. Let me pull up the numbers here real quick just to make sure everything looks good.
That was a crazy game. I cannot believe this board. This board might be the craziest board I've seen in Bingo. This board was disgusting. Many. I wonder if the players are gonna like that. I'm curious what they're gonna say. Cause yeah, there's just a lot. Like it's just go this entire game.
Yeah.
I feel like they're probably exhausted after that.
I truly would be. Let's go ahead and we'll bring in Itzerino. I'll give him the thumbs up to bring them in, bring in the players, and we'll talk about the early game and late game both, and see how that all goes. Definitely a very tough fight though.
Yeah, that fight is just brutal.
Overall. Yeah, welcome in Itzerino. GG's guys.
Hi, GG's guys.
Insane.
Hi. Thanks for the GGs.
Lot
I hear the
happening.
smiles in your faces.
CBD, my hero, actually carried me, dude.
That was an insane game. That was just genuinely just an insane game.
Amazing match.
A lot happening on this board, if I may say so. A lot of killing, lots of killing, as Parky pointed out.
Lots
Like minute
of killing.
one,
Crazy board.
Yeah.
just a lot happening. So like, what overall was like the thought process seeing board from minute one? Was it just like, okay, prep and go? What was the overall conversation for you guys?
I mean, we knew Chris was doing 50K. Like he just does that.
Yeah,
he just
that's his move. Yeah.
Yeah. And so we were like, okay, what can we do while he's doing 50K? And I was like, okay, 3 NPCs neutralizes the diagonal threat and also kind of sets up threats on column 1, maybe column 5, but that went away pretty quick. And then it was like diagonal and column 2. It was the other diagonal and column 2 were kind of our biggest focuses.
Very
Pretty
understandable.
much. We thought we needed one of those 2 corner squares in the base game, friendly NPC or 50K, so glad we got one of them.
Yeah, so like, what was the overall plan here when it came down to possibly seeing that like Team Blue was very much making sure to block out things and losing out on Moog race? Like, what was the conversation after that? Being like, okay, like now we just have to like really focus on going for majority, or was it after Moog still column 2 like a very big push?
It was still column 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, Moog was one small piece of probably 5 different squares. It felt like.
Yeah.
We were kind of just like, all right, well, the plan doesn't change. We still kill Moog. We still kill. The same thing happened after Millennia too. It was like, well, this is the fastest thing to do to get to capital, so we kind of have to.
Yeah. Very understandable.
Yeah, I was curious. So you guys were looking at lines, or was it at what point was it like, okay, never mind, this is just majority? Because I feel like this board is so crazy. There are so many things on here that I just feel like it's hard to like gather yourself and think about just one line.
I mean, like we were focused on I guess that's why I went for Deathrite Bird so early, so we could have like 2 threats kind of early on. I guess after the Romina block, that's when obviously that was just the majority, but we were gunning for that column too, so
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Very understandable.
Yeah, it's sort of like if we can't get one column, we want to have a threat like pre-established on another line already.
Yeah.
So that's sort of the game plan, I guess.
By the way, there was a lot of heavy lifting. Josh, you said that CBD carried you. I don't know if you're saying that like mentally, but I feel like every player in this entire game did so much work. Everyone was constantly moving, constantly fighting.
More so, okay, so I was gonna wait till I'll wait till Chris and Adef are here, but the Black Knife Assassin was a bit of a fiasco, and after that it was like if I had not just absolutely choked on that square and forgotten about the capital one, then the 13th square would have been a lot less stressful to get, I think.
Yeah, that's understandable. What was the conversation, I guess, at the very end there between deciding Cinesax or Consort Radon? What was the overall way to like hold your composure and make sure you made the right decision?
It was a toss-up. I mean, I thought there was more of a chance that Adef didn't commit to Metter, and I knew that he already had Mesmer and Romina killed, so I think going for Consort was the. I think people are also just drawn to Consort typically for some reason if they have to make a decision. So yeah, I guess there was a few different things that caused me to just stay with it.
Yeah. No, I think that's fair. I was talking about that a little bit before we did the post interview here. Is that like if you had a decision between Cinesax and Consort Radon, I think a lot of people would pick Consort Radon just out of comfort, but also just like no one likes to do that fight. Which is always like a really tough call in of itself. We're currently just waiting on Chris to get back to his chair so we can bring in Team Positive Vibes. But while that's happening, when it comes to like a board that is, I would say, very heavily co-op in this case, but like a lot of the co-op squares lean into one co-op square.
Yeah.
What was the overall, I guess, thought process for you guys on which ones to prioritize specifically? Because like there are 4, if not 5 squares that all kind of like funneled into that, and like what was like the reasoning for your sequencing, I guess, in that?
I mean,
a lot of it
like,
was just stuff we had to do anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the Moog and Millennia just like played in well because there was a combo with Moog, and I had to go kill Romina anyway for Consort. So I mean, yeah, I don't know. It was just kind of up in the air because I did take some time to do the other combo squares before going to Meta 2. So yeah, I don't know. Just kind of, it's all blurb, dude. You know, you try to do an hour and a half of like stress.
Yeah.
Crazy, dude. Like we were saying, you guys are probably exhausted. The second this board opened up, I was like, what is this?
It's a cool board.
Kills I've ever seen in my life, which made for a great game as commentators, but like as players, you're probably exhausted.
Yeah. Oh, welcome in, by the way, Positive Vibes.
GG's, guys.
Hi,
GG's,
Positive
guys.
Vibes.
GG's,
Good
guys.
game.
GG's, guys.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we're talking about the exhaustion of this board and it being a
Yeah.
very heavy kill
Insane.
board here. For Team Positive Vibes, what was the overall, I guess, beginning conversation, seeing that there's a lot of killing on this? Was it just like prep first and then go? Was it, what was the overall conversation early on?
I mean, yeah, just get a couple squares of setup stuff and then just fight things after setting up a little bit. Like I had Memory of Graced and then kind of just set up a weapon a bit, and then just started killing things.
Yeah.
And then from there it's just like bingo, no like crazy strategy.
Yeah.
Was there specific lines that you guys were possibly trying to like force at some point, or was it very much just like trying to force majority off the get go?
We eyed row 5 at
Yeah.
one point. But I would say within the first 20 minutes, we knew it was going to majority.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it any specific like square as to why that made you think that?
We were all playing all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
Just
that's what
going
I
for
was thinking. I
blocking.
was like, there's everything is here. Everything matches everything. It's just insane. I personally think picking a square would have been, or a line would have been so difficult.
Yeah.
Dude, we had a Moog race and a Millennia race in the first 40 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
There were a
That's
lot of
crazy.
races.
Amazing.
Yeah, you got Crucible Knights by like 10 seconds.
Okay, yeah,
and
you got
Second Frost
Moog
by like 30
really.
seconds.
You
Oh,
got
wow,
you got me
okay.
on Consort by less than 15 seconds.
Bro, I forgot to mark that too. I think I was 10 seconds late on that because I was so like
You forgot to
just
mark
pumped to go in.
Consort?
Yeah, like for like 10 seconds or something.
Okay.
He was instantly in warp away mode.
Yeah.
CBD, did you have status? Because I think the difference is that I never got a bleed proc.
I got the Great Katana from ADM because I went to Death Bright Bird early.
Oh, it was Great Katana, Great Katana.
Yeah,
That'll do it. I was running DHGK the whole time.
Yeah.
Dude, it was close. CBD was actually a lot ahead until the later fight. CBD had horn scent and you didn't, and that's where you caught up. And after that, it was just like so close. The consort fight was literally so close.
Oh, did you already have any of your limb progress, CBD?
I burned the ceiling tree, and
Okay,
then
I
walked away.
hadn't even. I just had the Romina Grace.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
honestly, that's the difference. Yeah.
And like in hindsight, right? Like probably I should have split Lanciax and Consort, but the actual mistake that made this match, if we're keeping it 100, is that I started doing meta and I didn't have the whistle. That is like fully, we would have won.
Yeah.
We would have won over 30 minutes ago, if I'd have just targeted remembrances instead of being like, this is a remembrance. Just a huge mistake. Nothing to say about it.
I'll be honest. I think from the commentator's perspective, I think it was a blessing in disguise. To be honest,
Yeah.
I think you'd have lost that square regardless to CBD.
Well,
and-
it
and
wasn't
actually-
about the meta square. It's about the remembrances.
No, it's about
You could
remembrances.
spend that time getting 9 remembrances.
I
instead.
shouldn't
sure.
have gone. I shouldn't have gone
that's
for
what he
meta at
meant.
all.
Yeah, he wasn't
that's-
gonna
Yeah.
get meta anyway from that, but yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it makes you feel any better, ADF, but I also made a colossal, like, just huge mistake.
Yeah, we all
where
played bad.
I very easily should have had that kill 3 Black Knife Assassins, but I forgot about the capital one. And so I was running through Sage Cave and we marked it.
Okay, that makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, which ones were you doing?
I did the one next to Alex because I already killed him. I did the one next to Lanciax, and then I should have done the capital one, and I just forgot about
So
it.
you didn't do the. I did the 2 in Ordina, and then the half dead one.
You just fought them?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
I-
+9 sort of Milos and like level like fucking like 80 at that point. It just like wasn't too bad.
Yeah, we were like, I mean, I was like level 82 at the end of this or something like that. It's
With
the
Skidoo
highest
11.
level I've ever been.
Skidoo
Yeah.
fucking
Well-
11. And if I got the Gaia Skidoo, I would have been like Skidoo 13 by the end of this thing.
Yeah. Lots of Skidoo pickups.
Also, something nobody has brought up yet is that we made an Among Us in our bingo board. Can we please?
Yeah, I just saw that chat.
Oh,
too.
I didn't even notice.
Also, wait, Domo,
That's
can I say a quick thing? Can I say a quick thing?
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
say
sure.
the thing.
All right, Chris. I just want to say, on behalf of all the players, like not just myself, chat room. I don't know if you know this, but we go back and watch these VODs, and like I don't know how many of you are like casual sports enjoyers, but probably the single most toxic trait amongst any sports enjoyer is when like a guy who's never played an inning of baseball in his life is like, damn, this pitcher sucks. I would encourage you to put yourself in our shoes. Between YouTube and Twitch, there's almost 5,000 people watching. The game is incredibly tense. Yeah, we fuck up. I fucked up big time. But like to open chat during the interview and like half the messages are like, why is ADF playing so bad? Just like use a little common sense, use your brain, be a little
Yeah.
empathetic, and don't be a piece of shit.
Also,
Like,
another thing, ADF doesn't even have like 700 hours in this game, and everyone else has like 3,000 or more. So, you know, that's just something to keep in mind.
Yeah.
He's
I'm a
goated and able to keep up.
I'm a baby.
No, but I do think that is fair, and that's sadly just how it goes with sports in general. and
Yeah,
any sport,
and I understand.
which
that.
is unfortunate. But I very much agree. It is frustrating when people are
Sports
like, oh, why
amicable.
did you do this or why did you do that? Like, or even like rando races that we do. You know, it's like, oh, why you play so badly with this boss? It's like, I'm
Right.
sorry. Could you? Do
Yeah,
this?
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just had a moment. Yeah.
Yeah, which it happens. It happens. But I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
both games played fantastically. GG's to Itzerino for pulling it back as well, by the way,
Yeah,
for being
dude.
down
So
2 to 3
sick.
squares for most of the match, to be fair. Being
Solid.
down 2 or 3 squares, but having, I would say, better board presence on this specific match where they just had more threats that you Positive Vibes just kind of had to deal with, that led to a bunch of fantastic races. So GG's to both teams, man. Thanks so much for playing,
GGs.
guys.
You guys
Yeah.
all played well.
GGs.
Regardless,
sick
I know
match.
you guys feel bad, some of you.
Yeah.
But, like, you all played so well. Everything was incredibly close. There was a lot of stuff that was just like one extra proc, one extra move that was a
Right.
stall
Yeah.
move or whatever it was. Like, this could have gone any way. All 4 of you played incredibly, and all 4 of you absolutely should feel proud of yourselves.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Parky.
Sparky.
Thanks, Sparky.
Dang.
And
Okay.
good luck to Chris and ADF on your next match today as well.
Yeah, we got to
Yeah.
prove the haters wrong about the fucking
Yeah.
back-to-back. We have to,
Yeah, you gotta-
we have
yeah,
to
break the
silence
curse.
Break the curse.
dude. We'll try.
Next
well,
war is gonna be like all collectathon, just like total contrast.
To be fair, I will give you at least like 5 to 10 minutes. So obviously, like
I'm ready to go.
I'm ready to go. Also, honestly,
Okay.
this interview and going to the bathroom, I feel pretty good.
All right. I'll at least do a little bit of a BRB screen because I have to set up overlays anyways. But
Sure,
Yeah, you're good.
GG's to Itzerino again for the dub, and we'll see Positive Vibes here in just a bit. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. All right.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Thanks,
GGs,
Domo.
guys.
GGs.
Holy schmoly,
Wow,
dude!
That was a game, dude. That was a game, and it might be the longest game of the season so far. I don't know for
Yeah.
sure.
That
Yeah.
might have been the longest game of the season so far. Yeah, we have already the players for the next match waiting. Blank Sonetta currently already in the lobby, warming up and getting ready for the next match. We're going to quick our BRB screen as I'll set up some different scenes here, and then Park and I will be back for another commentary match. Blank Sonetta versus Positive Vibes, and we'll see how that one turns out. All right, chat. So sit tight, get some snacks, get some drinks, do what you gotta do, and while you're at it, go ahead and follow the stream. Go ahead and follow the YouTube channel. And check out all the players as well on brawlers.com. That'd be awesome. Go ahead and give them a follow on Twitch. And yeah, we'll be right back. Give us just a moment. Hold on, make sure I got the right screen on. Hold on, pause. Yes, okay, cool. I do.
Okay,
Let's go.
do I have time for a coffee?
Yes, go for it.
Cool. I am pumped up. That match was insane. I think that was an exceptional match. It was an exceptional board. The players were playing out of their minds. I'm very curious to see how this one's going to be different because we did have a really high action game. I wonder if this one will be a little more collecty, whatever. I don't know. Also, positive vibes. We're going to see them twice. I'm curious if how their mental is after that first game, if they've reset, if they're going to, whatever. It's always interesting to see how that plays out. I'm feeling good. I had some biscottis and some coffee. I'm ready to go. BRB, guys. Green man, get him off my screen.
I'm still muted. I am muted. I am so silly.
Oh gosh, am I muted? Have I just been talking to myself?
No, I've just been muted. You're fine. You're fine.
That's embarrassing.
That's my bad. That's my bad. Sorry, production things.
Production things.
Good to go. We'll go ahead and we'll throw that out there. And yeah, let's see how this goes. By the way, chat, if you're liking the new overlay with the colors on top and also with the board being placed, can I get a 1 in chat? And 2, obviously, if you don't like it, but
no 2s. Don't put any 2s.
Yeah, no 2s. No 2s allowed. Only 1s. Here we go, though. Countdown is starting. 6 seconds. 5, 4, 3. We'll go into prep timer here, see what the board has to offer. This time around, let's see. Center squares to kill 2 Elder Lions. So that's going to be really interesting. And one of the newer squares here for the base game players. See how that is routed and how they want to go about that. The base game players right now checking out the classes as well. We have Bloodhound Claws on 1, Stone Brick Hammer. That one's really nice. Checking out the stat lines too to see like what they get offered here.
Okay, oh god, Senesax and Lancey X is back again. And you know what? I bet it's going to be a Senesax race. I bet the fate of the boards have done that to our poor players.
And Renala and Rolana is back here as well. There is a Red Wolf and Red Bear square for co-op as well, so that looks really strong there. Red Wolf into Renala is really, really strong here. Red Bear being pretty close to Rolana is also really nice, so that could be some nice synergy here from a team play perspective. Munrathil is also on the board here for the DLC players, so that's really pushing Castle Enses this time around on this board. Chief Bloodfiend is a little early here. We have maybe a Tree Sentinel +0 race as well.
Sentinel squares as well.
So there's a lot of early / mid game here currently on the board. Killing Millicent, Invader, and Caleb, that's also a rush square. So depending on what you're kind of leaning towards here, as a team, there are different angles that you can kind of take. I kind of like this board because there are 2 different starting points for both DLC and base game players.
Very different than the last board as well. We got a lot more variety, which is cool. We get to see some stuff that we didn't really see last time. So yeah, I hope that Chris and Adif were able to kind of shake that first board out of their mind. We've seen this in the past. And also with myself and with anyone who plays bingo, if you play 2 games in a row, you kind of blend together the boards. Fortunately, that only mostly happens like in collectathons, I think. But like still, did I do this already? Oh no, that was that last game. What, I thought I had this grace. Oh no, that was last game. Stuff like that. So hopefully that doesn't matter here. But yeah, I am curious to see where they're going to go. I'm curious to see if they're just immediately going to start setting up a weapon as well. What paths they're going to start taking. We got 7 unique incants as well. I haven't seen that one in a while.
See here, Chris is currently hovering the possible spear class here with what seems to be the Claymore. And Nesonetta here went with the axe, the battle axe, and the Bloodhound Claws. I will say that just based on possible weapons here, I do like Ness's pick here. The battle axe overall is really good as a starting weapon, but I really also like the Bloodhound Claws. Having early bleed, and I don't think a very high requirement to wield those weapons might be a straightforward way to getting that Tree Sentinel +0 kill here, as it does seem that she can actually wield that weapon. Chris can actually wield the Claymore too, so this might actually be a Tree Sentinel +0 race here between Ness and Chris early on.
You mentioned Bloodhound Claws. Who has that one?
Ness does. That's her secondary weapon here. And also, did I hear that right, by the way, Chad? I think I heard that right here. What is this? We have here what seems to be the map. The map is back, chat. And here we have here the DLC players currently. We also have the base game players. both currently in a Chapel of Anticipation. They're going to be spawning over here. For anyone that doesn't know how the base game works, spawn over here, and then the Tree Sentinel is right on this pathway, and we'll see them possibly race here for Tree Sentinel. Possibly. Not guaranteed. They're both jumping off the cliff here right now to get over to this area, but the DLC players have a couple different ways of going about this. And we see already that they're deviating into different ways here. Adef going straight for that Great Katana check here. Blank's going for Talismans instead. Talisman here. Talisman in Ensis, right? Talisman over at here at the Ailing Village. We have Talisman over here, which is going to be the jump where the Magma Talisman is. We have the Talisman here in Fort of Reprimand. We have a Talisman here in Morth Ruins. Lots of different options for these players to move around on the board, move around on the map, and get progression if they want to, or just rush the Talisman Square if they really, really are looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of options for the Talismans here.
But possibly we'll see if we have a Tree Sentinel race here as well between Chris and Nessonetta, both currently going through the gates here. Chris just a little bit quicker, getting to that Grace.
Yeah, I wonder if Nessonetta will contest the square. I actually love Bloodhound Claws. I think that is a great weapon. I love the fast ones. I love the bleed, whatever. But going against an opponent like Chris is definitely scary. It's honestly something to consider in bingo. Is I think, and not everyone agrees with this, but I think considering who you're playing against is always valid. What would they do? What would they beat me on? What would they not beat me on? What kind of strats do they like? So I think that's definitely valid sometimes. It kind of looks like neither of them are going for it, actually.
Looking like we see lots of ones in chat, by the way, for the overlay. That's top. That's hype.
Let's go.
That's top. That's a new phrase now. That's top, chat. That's top, dude.
That's top? Did you make that up?
Yeah, I'm making it up now. Yeah, I misspoke, but I'll take it. That's top. It's like it's top shelf. You know what I mean? That's top, dude.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what chat thinks about that in 5 minutes.
That's top, dog. And here we have a race. So not Tree Sentinel, by the way, between the base game players.
I'm a little surprised, actually.
Yeah, both running here for what seems to be the Grace instead, which is really interesting. So now Blanks here getting ready to grab the Skidoo Fragment, not doing the Great Katana check here. Looks like that Adef did do the Great Katana check and is buying Smithing Stones now. I don't know what weapon he got here, but Blanks rushing the Talismans. Oh, Adef got the Rotten Battle Hammer, and that is, I really, really like that choice. That is huge. Savage Lion's Claw on the Rotten Battle Hammer. That means you've got Rot and Frost. This is a really good weapon in general. This is a very powerful weapon for both base game and DLC. So I'm very excited to see Adef use this weapon personally. It's one of my personal favorite weapons here.
Yeah, that sounds great. I love Scarlet Rot. I feel like it's just such a great passive to have, and gives you a second to breathe sometimes, or just give you like a hand up on extra damage. So that's great. I'm excited to see what what weapon he's going to come up with. I would like to see something different. I just think it's fun to compare the damage and what's good against who, stuff like that. So
yeah.
We'll see. They are taking vastly different paths here.
Yeah, it's interesting. So it looks like that Ness is actually going to be going for that Millicent Invader Square here. Well, Chris is actually seems to be going for possibly a setup instead. Not going for Tree Sentinel or for Millicent. But instead looking for something else here. I'm not exactly sure what he's going for in Altus right off the rip. I'm looking at everything on the board, and I don't really see what he's going for here. Maybe it is just setting up a bunch of Graces and maybe going for upgrades. Maybe just checking merchants for weapons. I really don't know. I'm really not sure. Am I missing something on the board here?
I don't know.
I don't see it.
I don't know what's over there. Maybe Chris is just probably cooking something. It's too powerful for us. We just don't even understand.
Could possibly
why are you laughing?
be.
Chris is a smart guy.
From time to time, no, I was messing. Chris does have cool routing ideas. I just don't understand why we're going straight towards the Windmill Village here. There's something that we just don't see currently that maybe he wants to go for. Maybe there's a specific weapon check. Maybe he just wants to have map progression. I really don't know. Looks like that he might just be grabbing the Grace here for Senesac's Lanciax, grabbing that Lanciax Grace, and also there being a Black Knife Assassin nearby, and also Lightning Ram, I believe, is also on the board. It is bottom left or bottom right here on the board. use Ashavor Lightning Ram is on there. So there's Millicent now. Chris
Nice.
nodding as soon as he
From
sees that square marked from Ness, being like, okay, I expected that to happen, or Tree Sentinel. So yeah, that's a really interesting play here. I really wonder what the thought process is here from Team Positive Vibes.
Yeah, I'm curious about that Tree Sentinel square. I wonder if Chris was like, well, she's probably gonna let me go for it, so I'm just not gonna go for it, and I'll just go for it later, or maybe they just don't care about it. Maybe they have lines in mind that doesn't include that square, potentially.
Yeah, I'm really not sure.
So Chris is this I didn't quite see it. Is this where the lightning ram are?
Yeah, the lightning ram is Ashavor is really close to
Okay, maybe he just wants to prep for that.
Oh, now he's going for Tree Sentinel here. So he sees that that Ness did not go for Tree Sentinel, and so he's like, okay, I'll go for it now. But now Ness is already on it. But Chris here has Lion's Claw on the Claymore, which is a really good Ash of War, and is kind of catching up here on Ness. The damage not too great for Ness right now, and Chris already bypassing the damage. Wow.
I wonder if Chris was trying to set up for a column 5, and that's why he's just trying to make progress in multiple places instead of just killing Tree Sentinel and just showing all that progress immediately.
I'm not sure, but that's very, very nice.
Yeah, he's got some great damage. Wow.
The damage difference is crazy.
Yeah.
There's that Lion's Claw damage does a lot. That is such a good Ash of War, which sadly Ness does not have here with the Battle Axe. Instead, she has Wild Strikes here, which is not going to be very effective versus the Tree Sentinel.
Nice.
And there it is. Tree Sentinel kill here for Chris now. Marks that square. Ness dying to Tree Sentinel too, sadly here. So sees that is being marked. She would have been sniped anyway. So she's like, all right, you know what? They got me out of the fight really quickly. Anyways, it's all good. And we see DLC players here still kind of prepping right now. Adaf here grabbing some talismans still. I'm surprised the talismans are even still on the board. I'm not even going to lie.
That's usually a fast one.
Yeah, Blanks here currently at Fort Reprimand, going to be grabbing the fire talisman that I talked about.
Is this going to be his final one?
Possibly.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah,
there it is. Yeah, there is 5 talismans. That does take a little bit longer, so Adaf will see that is marked. But however, that doesn't mean that he got sniped on it or anything like that. He just grabbed that just before going to Fort Reprimand. So this looks like just like a progression thing here for Blanks. Very nice pickup here for Blanks. And though it's currently 2-1, and we'll see what is currently going to be focused on for both sides here. As right now, it's a little bit up in the air.
Yeah. Got a lot of different routing going on here. But stuff with different routing is really interesting because there's less snipes going on, which is good for a lot of reasons. Like if sniping games are fun, but also non-sniping games are fun because you get to really see people's plans just fully come to fruition, and you can see them just thrive in what they wanted to do. So maybe this game will be kind of like that.
I'm seeing a lot of people in chat saying that Rotten Battlehammer is overrated, and that just goes to show that, you know, we have a lot of casuals in chat that just don't understand the game, which is very unfortunate. But that's why they're here. They're here to watch and to learn, obviously. So sit back, relax, and learn, casuals.
Damn.
Derogatory.
My favorite thing about watching professional sports games is when the commentator calls me bad, noob, loser.
I'm just ricocheting, you know. I'm not the one that started it, you know. That's just
okay. And there is the lightning ram square, by the way. So we were right that he was just setting that up.
Yeah, very early on. They might be looking at column 5 here, maybe. Positive Vibes looking at a possible rush on column 5.
Dude, I feel like this lightning ram square is Dom's way to just like it's like a humiliation ritual. Like you're just like following these rams while they're like running away from you, and you're just chasing them, and it's like you're in this tense competition. You're a top player in the world, and you're here like following sheep.
And having that happen right there.
Yeah.
Chris just chasing it. Yeah, if you do look at a column 5, it is kind of insane play because we see Tree Sentinel Duo for DLC, but also Tree Sentinel Duo for base game. as separate squares, not as a combo square. There is a combo square as well, but that's not on the board currently. So this could be a really huge possible pressure point, actually, for Positive Vibes. If they both get their Tree Sentinel duos off on the board and Chris gets this Ashes of War, now kill all demi-human bosses is looking really, really tough for Blank Sonetta to kind of clutch up on. 2 for 2.
So what would you like to see happen on this board, Dom?
That's a good question. I really don't know. This board has a lot of everything.
Yeah.
Is the best way that I can put it. There's a lot of everything, a little bit of everything happening right now. And I would expect to see a early Red Wolf, Red Bear square, personally. And I think that's actually what I'm seeing right now from Nessanetta and Blanks here is a Red Bear and a Red Wolf. And we see, by the way, Blanks as well using the Rotten Battle Hammer. So both DLC players leaning into that Rotten Battle Hammer pick here and going to go for that fight. And I think that maybe Adif would go for the Rolana here instead. And that's exactly what he's doing, going towards Castle Ensis right now. So, yeah, both teams kind of going to different directions. What I'm expecting to see is maybe a race or two on some of these co-op squares.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, gosh, that Red Bear damage is massive.
Yeah, I like at this point, very early into the match, we're only at 12 minutes into the match here. Not a lot of skidoo, obviously, so definitely not a lot of resistance towards these DLC bosses. But there we have it already. One stagger for the Rotten Battle Hammer. Very nice. And Rod is applied now already as well onto the bear. There is the slam down. Possibly going to be getting another stagger here in just a moment.
And here we have Adif setting up for Moonrathil, killing that sniper guy up there. Good choice.
Yeah, very nice choice. Very nice choice. And now has to deal with Moonrathil herself, who is an absolute menace with that great sword.
Oh, Moonrathil's a she?
Yes. She's the sister to Moongrim, I believe.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, Zer.
Interesting lore.
There's a lot of lore. Yeah, there's a lot of cool lore, like small detail lore.
Sure is.
What do you mean?
I should have known that by the fact that they were both moon.
Yeah.
Like Renal and Rolana. Like the parents are like, let's name our twins. The exact same thing.
Yeah, that's honestly, if anything, annoying. I will not lie.
No, it's so dumb.
Oh my God! Blank's getting hit in the back by one of the bears, one of the smaller bears now.
Oh, the baby!
And the small bear getting knocked around by the red bear. Crazy. There it is. Moonrathil now killed for Adif. Very nice pickup. Really taking some nice control here. Activating the diagonal here, top left, bottom right now.
Yeah, this is looking pretty good. So here we go. Nessanetta is going into that Red Wolf fight, and Blanks had just killed a Red Bear, so they are free to mark the square as soon as she gets this fight.
Yep. Very nice pickup here from Blanks, and yeah, Nessanetta gonna be picking up a co-op square here for her team. Sadly, not going for the Bloodhound Claws here over the Battle Axe with having bleed. It would have been, I think, a bit better here on this fight, especially after that Millicent kill. She should have enough money to wield those weapons, but maybe she just doesn't feel confident with the claws. Yeah. They do have a little bit of a different moveset that feels goofy, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, some people like the two-handed, a little bit slower but stronger weapons. That's fair. All right, we got Chris running up to Godric. Right? Am I missing?
He's going for the Elder Lion here, actually, in Stormvale.
Okay.
Yeah, nice pick here from Chris, going for the Stormvale Elder Lion, then maybe going for another one later on in Fort Gale, I believe is the other one that has an Elder Lion as well. We'll see, though. Yeah, Innate Lion's Claw on Claymore is insane, and as we can see, putting in a lot of work on this Elder Lion for Chris. Almost already killed here. Boom, there we go. That is one Elder Lion already for Chris. And there it is, Red Wolf, Red Bear pick. A nice diagonal block here from Blank Sonetta. Nice killer from Ness, getting that Red Wolf kill. insane. This is a really good game for both players. 3-3
Yeah.
right now. And a lot of blocking happening already. That diagonal looked a little scary. Comp 5 still really does look scary to me. And I'm expecting that to possibly be a block here very soon from Team Blanxanetta.
I agree. I'm curious what they're going to like, which square they're going to prioritize to block, because it doesn't seem like either of them are prioritizing any of those squares.
Yeah. It is definitely a toss-up here. We do see Nessonetta here, by the way, grabbing the crystal darts in Riley Lucar, which I think is a really smart idea. We do see kill 2 watchdogs on column 1. So
Yeah.
there might be a play here that she's going to go straight towards Kaled right now and go crystal dart those 2 watchdogs in that catacomb, because we also have, I believe, isn't there a catacomb square for base game? Oh, no, it's DLC. Sorry. It's DLC that's right next to it, not base game.
So it looks like Blanxanetta is so getting the 2 watchdog square will get their row 4 going, column 1 going. Column 1 is actually looking kind of scary to me because Ness is really close to Renala. Obviously, Rolana is relatively easy to get to as well. Paintings isn't the fastest square, but it's not, from what I remember, it's not incredibly difficult or long either. And Revered Ash is a little bit of a rushable square as well. So I do wonder if they're going to be setting up for that and make a bunch of progress on some of those squares and then get those going. Or maybe they are looking at the row 4, and then if they get the demi-human bosses, that cancels column 5 for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so the demi-human bosses, that's going to be our Ons, right?
Yep. For DLC, it'll be Aunts and Demi-Human Mariga.
Yes, okay.
And then for base game, it is 4 bosses. It's the Demi-Human Chiefs at the very beginning of Limgrave. It's then the 3 Demi-Human Queens after that. So Maggie, Margot, and Gillica.
That's a bit of a slower
It's
square.
it's probably one of the longest squares actually in Bingo right now.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, because like travel time for the base game players to Margot and Maggie is a long travel time.
Yeah, I mean, and you gotta go all the way to Cerulean Coast, and you gotta do the Ons jail and whatever else. Okay, you know what? That's not looking as good as I thought it was. Now that you think about it a bit more.
Oh yeah, here's the other Elder Lion here, actually, right before Senisax. I completely forgot that there's an Elder Lion right here. This is a nice pick again from Chris. This is another reason why that Altus play early on actually really mattered here. This is going to be an Elder Lion square for Chris, center square. I'm saying square a lot. Square rectangle goes in the square hole.
You should do like a... Whoa, Chris! 1 HP.
Oh! Yeah, what was that?
You know, like in sports when you say the ball about these things, like Chris survived there with 1 pixel of health, and then he actually died. And I wonder if it's like, well, the ball doesn't lie, Chris. Maybe.
True. True.
Sorry, Chris. If you watch this back, sorry.
She's not
I'm
sorry.
Not
She doesn't mean it. Chief Bloodfiend
anyway,
here.
let's be professional here.
This is it's always a tough fight. I still have a hard time with this fight sometimes because Chief Bloodfiend, for how big he is, has insanely big hitboxes as well, and it's really weird and clunky of a fight.
It's extremely weird and clunky. That's a great way to put it. This fight is not that fun. It's pretty annoying. I have seen Ada fight him a few times in the season already, or at least once. So I think he's getting more and more experienced on it, and you can tell. But man, no one fights this guy. No one knows how to fight him. Like, it's just a weird fight.
He's doing really good here right now, and Chief Bloodfiend looking like an obese baby with a rattle, currently being knocked down and taken out. There it is. Adef getting the Chief Bloodfiend square. 4-3 right now for positive vibes.
Oh, do you think there's a world where Adef and Chris are looking at the top right diagonal? Because Chris is working on Elder Lions.
Possibly.
No one's really working on Catacombs yet, but
could open up to it. That's for sure. At the very least, the possibility here. The Elder Lion not really helping Chris here as he gets stuck behind the ruins. Chris here 1 hit away and no flasks. Trying to get the hit here. Oh my God, Chris almost dies there, but then luckily gets the kill on the Elder Lion. 5-3.
Okay, pretty good game. I feel like, I mean, it is 5-3, but I don't really think this is extremely one-sided or anything like this. Everyone's doing what they're trying to do. You know what I mean? Like, this is what I was saying. With, like, everyone's doing their own paths. Like, they have a plan. They're doing it. They're not getting sniped, and I think it's cool to see.
I agree. It's very much like no one's necessarily lining themselves up for a time loss, but I will say that currently it seems like that Team Positive Vibes have a bit of a better game plan currently for the board. They are showing a lot of threats right now. They had the row 2 for a moment there. They had the diagonal top left, bottom right. Now they have the bottom left, top right diagonal, and they have column 5 still. And it looks like Chris is going straight for that tree sentinel duo. And then once he gets that column 5 looks even more dangerous. But then on top of that, now they have row 3. So the positioning here right now of Team Positive Vibes on the board is very, very strong. And Team Blanksanetta really has to make some good calls here to really diffuse this fire that's starting to build.
Yeah, so Blanks, we just saw Blanks pick up the painting, so I do think that they're looking at that column 1. We know that Ness got the crystal thing for the watchdogs, so yeah, definitely looking at that column 1, which is good. And Team Positive Vibes hasn't really, contested any of those squares yet. So I wonder if Blanks and Ness will be able to pull that one off.
Okay, looks like Ness here just went for that Black Knife Assassin, by the way, in that one catacomb here, and then might be going for Watchdogs now. And it looks like that maybe Blanks is getting ready for painting rewards. So I think Blanks and his game plan right now is column 1.
You know what though, Adif? I'm pretty sure Adif just picked up the Revered Ash in that dried up river. So I think that that's going to be their method of blocking.
Yeah.
Which is a fast square. I mean, Revered Ash is sometimes a rushable square. So that's a good choice for Team Positive Vibes, and that also helps their row 3.
I don't know why chat is saying Trobio. Do you know what the hell that means?
I know what Trobio means. I don't know why they would be saying it.
What does it mean?
Well, I don't want to tell you. It's a spoiler.
What? Oh.
There's probably a lot of people watching right now who don't want to be spoiled on something. So I don't think we should talk about it, chat.
Yeah, okay. If it's spoilers, yeah, shut up, chat.
Spoiler for another game.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's good to know, though. Okay. I was confused. I thought it was like a reference I was supposed to know or something. I mean, it is, but like...
What brought that up, I wonder.
I'm really not sure. I just saw like Trobio in chat being spammed a bunch. But let's see here. Currently, Chris also in the catacombs right now is going towards... Which catacomb is he doing here? Watchdogs? He is doing the single watchdog, though. He's not going for the Kaled watchdogs. This is the Limgrave watchdog.
Yeah, which is cool. Last game we saw Chris do the riskier, harder, faster strats. It looks like now. I mean, maybe not for any reason other than just convenience or whatever, but it looks like that was the opposite, which is cool.
Looks like it's just convenience at this point for sure. Nessera, however, is already at the double watchdog catacomb, and this might be a nice play here from Ness and a time sink here for Chris, depending on how this goes. Chris still on the Claymore currently. I'm not sure if this is upgraded at all. Might not be. The damage isn't like insane. This is a Limgrave boss.
Well, yeah, so the thing is, like, this would be really great for Team Blanksanetta to get the Watchdogs to help their column 1, and yeah, I mean, Chris is going to waste some time on that. There is clear 2 catacombs, so Chris has just cleared 1 catacomb, so it's not like a total waste of time. It's not like it works towards their column 2, but there's Consort Radon and Senesax in there, so I don't know if that's really their priority right now, but yeah, it's not like a massive waste of time. I will say if Ness pulls this off first try, like nice and easy, that was a great choice for her to do this.
Yeah, 100%. The Crystal Dart pickup here in Rai Lucaria might be an absolute big brain play here to make sure that she gets that square for her team. And yeah, there's going to be some nice pressure on the board here, as Blanks is prepping Painting Rewards and maybe now is prepping Revered Ashes to really force that column. Honestly, they might have this because Renala access, Ness already has Red Wolf down.
Yeah, that was a great choice of sorry, a great choice of her to do the Red Wolf that early. I mean, it blocked off the diagonal, but also, yeah, it sets up for Renala, which is fantastic.
That's good. Yeah, might be a very hidden bingo line from Team
Which is
Blanks.
very cool.
Oh, no,
I mean,
yeah.
it would be cool to see them pull that off.
I agree. Oh, that other watchdog here is not fully aggroed onto the other one here. Hopefully it turns around very soon. There it is, the stagger. Ba-boom!
Nice. Make them do the dirty work for you. I love it.
Now just go ahead. She can also get some attacks, and she has Dragon Scale Blade. That's really, really nice here. Has to be careful on not to die, not to waste fighting these watchdogs here with those crystal darts. A couple more hits should do it. There it is, Blanksonetta.
Very good. Wow.
Getting that square. Huge pickup here from Ness. Huge pickup here. Column 1 now looking a little scary. Blanks here working on Tree Sentinel Duo, but that column 1 pressure would be really, really nice.
I think that Adif might see that they're working on column 1 right now, and so he might try and, like, again, the minds of these players, like, some of them block soon, some of them never block, some of them call bluffs, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I would just get that Revered Ash on the board just to get that out of the way. I mean, it's not like it's like an instant square, but I feel like I would just maybe work on it a little bit harder.
I mean, I do like the Blanks play here, though, just to block off that column 1, but also the Tree Sentinel Duo here, DLC square, blocks out column 5, but then also progresses row 1 for them. So this might not be a bad idea. If he sends Ness straight towards Leonimus Begotten right now, that could be a big play too. Looks like she's going for a Renala right now, but then after Renala, maybe goes for Leonine. That could be a really, really nice play here from Blanksonetta.
Yeah. Yeah, they got a lot of stuff cooking. They got a lot of lines here.
Yeah. Looking
they're
very,
playing,
very
yeah,
nice.
they're playing very smart, which is great. Both of our teams are really, they're really cooking here today.
Yeah, I would say for right now, Blanksonetta is very much playing deceivingly by not really showing a lot of progress, going for squares that don't really give away a lot of information. Besides Red Wolf, Red Bear, that's the only one that would give information that Ness does have Raya Lucaria access. But once this is marked, this is going to be looking really good. And yeah, it looks like that AF is already going for the Revered Ashes block. He is currently going to be going towards Bellerod here. Chris working on Tree Sentinel Duo for base game, but I don't think that is going to matter. However, now the board is going to be turning into an even more interesting thing here, which is that if Chris gets Tree Sentinel Duo here, which he will at some point, and then Adif gets a block on column 1, now that row 3 is looking really interesting for Team Positive Vibes, and that's only Black Dev Assassins and Star Scourge Consort Radon.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways that this could play out.
Yeah, a lot of different lines are showing up all of a sudden for both teams. A lot of different pressure points. It's coming down to how do you deal with them.
I like that each of the teams is getting their own Tree Sentinel Duo.
And there it is, Tree Sentinel Duo for DLC being marked here by Blanks. Really nice pickup here. And now he goes ahead and maybe works on painting rewards. And then Ness, right after this Renala kill, goes straight for Leonimus Begotten. Could be a huge, huge pressure point. There it is, phase 1 down.
Yeah, great Renala fight, and great choice to go for this for sure. And this is good damage.
Yeah, Dragon Scale Blade really putting in some work. I don't think this is a full +9 just yet, but it is definitely really good, especially in this arena because there's water, and this has the lightning damage. There it is. Nice. Frostproc cancels her out of a possible summon here, I believe. She is running away, though. She could be punishing here a bit more. There it is. Tree Sentinel Duo here for Chris. Marks that. There it is. Nice row 3 progression here, potentially. 6-5 right now for Positive Vibes. Not tied anymore. Revered Ash pickups here for Adif currently in Bellerod. And it looks like Blanks currently is going straight for Rolana.
Yeah, which is a great decision. Though this Revered Ash is definitely gonna kind of mess up Blanksonetta's plans.
Yep.
And I mean, I wonder if they'll be forced into that Radon Duo square.
They might. There is the Renala kill here
great
from Ness.
Renala.
Great job here from Ness for sure. And I hope to see her possibly go for that Leonidas Beguide. It is a time sink, but that row 1 could be devastating pressure here for Team Positive Vibes.
Oh yeah, wow. There's just so many things to pay attention to here.
Blank's not going for Rolana, by the way. Just pivoted off and is now going for Revered Ashes as a potential pickup. Going to be grabbing the Revered Ash here right before going to Jory. There's a Revered Ash pickup, but I don't think he's going to win this race, sadly.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of them in Bellerot here. I feel like 3 or... I think depending on if you kill the lion, which I don't think Adolf will do. Like 3 or 4 even. And also Skidoo, which is great. Yeah, I wonder if Blank's... Well, actually, here he is on Rolana. So I guess he just wanted to start setting up for that Revered Ash.
Yeah, just to like have a little bit just in case.
Yeah.
Splitting progress just a little bit. Adolf here trying to do a jump. I'm not sure exactly where he was trying to jump to, but sadly misses it and dies to gravity here. And yeah, chat, I do know that I am dropping frames, sadly. We're still trying to figure out how to multi-stream while being on the delay and everything else that's happening. So production is working on it, aka I'm working on it. And sorry about some of the dropped frames today, but we'll hopefully get that fixed by tomorrow. And there it is, square mark here now from Adolf. Acquire level Ash 5. I think actually Adolf died intentionally just to get to Grace quicker.
Maybe, yeah. I wonder, so yeah, at this point, like, they gotta prioritize the Black Knife Assassins. I wonder if that's something that they're gonna be pursuing aggressively at this point, or if they're, I mean, maybe they'll go row 1 and just ignore the threats of row 3. I'm not sure what's gonna happen after this Rolana fight.
Yeah, possibly. I'm really not sure either. That was a really close health bar there, though, for Blanks after one of those attacks from Rolana here. But now doing some really nice dodges like we saw from Josh as well. The DLC players really learned this fight incredibly well. It's very fun to watch people kill Rolana in this game now.
This fight is so great.
Really nice stagger. And there it is. The rot really taking away on her. Frost proccing very soon as well. There's one more R1. Boom. And that's a square now for Team Blanksinetta. Blocking out that row 5.
Yeah, that's a good square to get. I would have liked to see if they could have pulled off column 1 in a different universe, in an alternate timeline. That would have been a cool, sneaky little thing. But nonetheless, great square to get.
Yeah, this is really, really interesting because now Chris is already working on a consort Star Surge Radon here. And if Adolf would work on that as well, even if Black Knife Assassins is taken away, now we got that column 2. You know, like every single time they get a square, Team Positive Vibes here, there is another line born. And that just creates so much pressure.
Yeah.
Okay, and it looks like we see here Blank's currently making his way towards what seems to be Ancient Rao. Nessier on her way to Star Scourge Radon as well.
Yeah, so what do we have here in Raw? We have obviously the progress towards Consort Radon. Leda. Yeah, we got 2 squares with Leda actually, which is useful here. And we also have a bunch of incants in Raw. So yeah, I guess that's what Blanks is looking at. I'm curious if his priority is going to be... I wonder if they're prioritizing the consort, or rather the Radon square, as opposed to the Black Knife Assassin to block off row 3, just because it will also block off column 2. Though consort Radon is pretty long, but I mean... But again, like the Leda, there's 2 Leda squares, so it's not like it's like not a complete waste of time or anything like that.
Yeah. No, I agree. We'll see how this. Yeah, this is like a weird. I would always say like a stalemate, where you can't tell, or like a limbo, I guess, between like which line is going to be progressed first for now. Yeah. Because right now, Adolf not going for build up on Consort Radon, but instead going for possibly Ancient Dragon Man pickups here. And maybe getting access to the painting rewards first. Is
Yeah,
the
we do
plan.
have a little bit of a Radon race. It's not like this Radon is its own square, but
Yeah.
still we got a little side-by-side Radon. That's pretty fun. You can see how differently they fight and how the weapons will be different.
And here we are.
Little despawn action at the start there.
Chris still using the Claymore here, but Dragon Scale Blade for Ness is a huge buff for this fight and any other fights coming up. So we'll see how the damage is going to be different here. I do expect Ness at some point to hopefully +9 that weapon. Maybe not right now, as there's a lot of early games still happening. But the Frost proc should be insane here. There it is already.
Yeah, wow.
Catching up already on the damage. There she really is at the phase 1.5 as well, getting some nice R1s in. There we go. Chris doing a lot of damage, though, too. My lord. Probably got a stagger, too, that I missed. With Lion's Claw, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, okay. Oh, and there's Chris about really good damage. Yeah, wow. Yeah, that Lion's Claw is so good. Though Nessa's, I mean, she's close to catching up. And again, in this
very
situation
close.
specifically, because it's a duo square with Consort on, it doesn't really matter who wins, like, seconds before the other. It's just, I mean, it's good that they both didn't waste too much time on it. And there's the kill for Chris. Very fast fight. Nice.
Blanks here focusing on incantations, by the way, which I think is a good idea with Ancient Rao. There's a lot of single incantation pickups in Ancient Rao, which allows him to get that square and then maybe not really hint a way that he's getting progress in some way towards maybe another painting reward, because there is an Inner Limb painting reward too, but you have to actually burn the tree first. Oh, no, wow, yeah, both Ness and Chris getting their kills here. Chris going for the Jar Shard just in case, because he is using Lion's Claw a lot. Hitting the pot friend stance there real quick while he's porting away. And Ness now, I believe, maybe going for upgrades as she's currently in Kaled. Or Catacombs? Maybe Catacombs.
Wait, she's Catacombs is a DLC
Oh,
square.
sorry. Yeah, that's a DLC square. You're so right. You're so right. I just remember the Watchdog Catacomb, and I just immediately applied it again to the...
I remember that too, and I definitely misspoke on that because I also thought that was so that was a waste of time for Chris in retrospect. Yeah.
Yes. Definitely was here. Catacombs should be something that's kind of tough here for DLC players.
Yeah.
As those are pretty much the Death Knights. And Jory. Those are the only 3 Catacombs in DLC.
Which Blanks is near to. Blanks is near to Jory, which is good. Yeah.
Ancient Dragon
so
Man. Oh, sorry.
He's got a little bit of a like he's ahead on that square, so I don't know if he's too worried about blocking off column 2 since he has progress on that. I mean, to be fair, I guess he doesn't know if the other team has any progress on it, but yeah, he knows he does because of the painting rewards, which is great.
I can't tell if Ness is going for Restore Radon's Great Rune right now, or what exactly we're aiming at. She's currently making her way towards Fort Farroth, though. Okay, she is making her way towards Restore Radon's Great Rune. I don't know if this was the best route possible necessarily for this, but you are kind of at a little bit of an awkward spot. So maybe this still is the best routing with Celia skip, because like it is really awkward where the grace is. The unlocked grace is in the middle of like this. What would you say? What's it called? Cul-de-sac.
Okay.
Because like it's surrounded by a wall, so like you have to go around either way. So doing Slay Town skip is probably the fastest to get to this specific square.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, there's at least 3 incants here for Blanks. Definitely focusing on those incants right now. I don't know why he's so hyper focused on the incants when he still has a row 1 bingo not doing those painting rewards. I find that a little interesting here because Adif now is catching up. Adif is grabbing the painting reward for the Jagged Peak area.
Yes, which is a good way.
Yeah.
As for the second painting reward, I don't. Is there like a meta one that would be better to go for? Because there are two
the
more
shield.
options.
There's 3.
There's 3. Okay.
Yeah, there's 3 painting rewards. The one is the one while we're all traveling. There are going to be a little bit of fights. You'll see the traveling here, but we'll just go ahead and do this real quick. What is that again? What was that, chat? Oh yeah, there's the map. The map is back.
Map time.
Once again, there are 3 paintings. There is the one that's going to be over here at the town near Prospect Town. There is a painting right over here that you grab and you turn it in over here near Swordmaster Ons. This gives you a shield. They have another painting that I believe you grab from like a cave. I forget where this one specifically is. There's like a small cave somewhere that you can grab. I believe it's down here somewhere, but I could be also wrong. I'm not exactly sure it is. It might be down here somewhere. But there's the painting that is for Enir Lim specifically. So you have to actually burn the tree to get that painting. And the last one is one that Adif that you see right now is currently running to, which is in the Jagged Peak area here. That's the painting that gives you the rock heart. So you see Adif traveling towards that right now. He's going to jump all the way up here. And then there's going to be a painting looking back at the tree and everything. So that is those where those 3 paintings are.
Oh, so this is kind of interesting. So Adif is prioritizing that Jagged Peak painting, which Blanks also has. I wonder if Blanks is going to do the one in Enir Ilium and Adif might do the other one. It would be cool to see them do opposite ones because there is a lot of Enir Ilium stuff on the board. Like it's not totally out of the way, right?
Yeah, I really don't know. I really don't know what Blanks' thought process is here right now. I think he just sees row 3, and it is a very scary row 3. I will not deny that. There's Restore Rodon's Great Rune here for Ness. Very nice pickup here for team. Blanks in an overall tied 7-7 right now in squares. But this will also give away that she has Rodon killed, which means that is just kind of giving away the information of like, hey, I've got this killed. I think Blanks is also maybe working on this, and this could maybe give Team Positive Vibes a bit of a breather and being like, okay, like we're probably gonna get blocked on this. Let's just not do that. Let's go do some other stuff. Let's just not waste our time.
Yep. Oh gosh, there are so many choices.
Yeah, choices, big, small, doesn't matter. It has an effect on the board. Good old butterfly effects happen all the time, where one choice can just lead to the whole match as being completely different. And that's what makes it so special. That's why I love it, to be honest.
Yeah, it's brutal. Like the decisions and the fact that you can't really just sit there and think about what is the best option. You have to just go, even if you're not sure, even if whatever. Oh gosh, it's crazy. But there is Blanks with that Romina kill. He is I don't know if he teleported to table of the round table there. Yeah, he did. I'm very curious to see what he does next because there are some options.
Okay, yeah, Blank's killing Romina here also for the incantation that she drops.
True.
Try and make sure that he doesn't have that incant. He already has that incant. Oh, never mind. He doesn't have that incant. Okay, he's just counting to make sure that he has 7. There is 7 incantations now marked by Blanks. Currently, Blanks in ahead by 1 square. Currently taking the majority.
It is interesting though. Yeah, I wonder. So like, I mean, Team Positive Vibes sees that, and I wonder if they're thinking, oh, so they're not actively working towards any of the blocks, right? I know that in Incants, they probably know he was in Raw Ruins. He probably knows he was near Romina, whatever, but it's still, their attention is elsewhere. It's not, on Black Knife Assassin. It's not on Liana Misbegotten or those blocks up there. Oh, no, that's their line. I mean, yeah, sorry, I meant Omen Baron and Horn
no, you're
Baron
good.
for the column 2.
This is really interesting right now because the way the board's playing out now at this point, I think Blank Sonetta are currently in the driver's seat as Chris now is going for Leonidas Begotten, which is a pretty big time sink, and Blank Sonetta is not even going for that row.
Yeah.
There it is.
There is paintings, yeah.
Blanks just said, yep, I can lip read a little bit here. And that is exactly what I guess they were aiming for anyways. He's like, you know what, I didn't even want to go for that square to begin with. It's a little bit of a time sink for me. He already has Romina killed. All he has to do is kill Mesmer, and he can go ahead to go for Consort Don. But also, we see Fia's Champs and Leda as a co-op square, and kill Leda and her companions. So there's 3 squares that require Aenir Limb, which Blanks currently has advantage on. On top of that, he has access to Jory's Catacomb. So right now, all he's doing right now is I think he's just getting access to Senesax just to make sure that he has all of his areas covered, and then he's going to start picking off one after the other.
Yeah, very smart, honestly. Like, it sounds like Blanks and Ness definitely were like, let's fake out some lines, let's get them over there. We're going to worry about majority. We're going to get a bunch of progress on a bunch of the squares, right?
Yep. Oh. Sorry, the stream's just kind of like flickered there for a second.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm just laughing at the map emotes.
Oh yeah, I love it. I love it. It's great. It looks like Ness is actually prepping the Dragon Scale Blade here now, and I think that's honestly a really, really good choice here. She has a little bit of breathing time. Blanks are currently tied 8-8 with positive vibes, but they have a little bit of breathing time to be like, you know what? These last couple squares, they will take a little bit more damage. They will take a little bit more to get through them. So let's go ahead and just prep that real quick, and then we'll go ahead and we'll go back into the match with some of these more late game-ish squares. Especially for Ness specifically, having to deal with Omen Baron, which is going to be in capital. And for Blanks now, seeing that 3 Black Knife Assassins is marked here, we'll have to go into Aenir Limb and get that ready. So honestly, Adaf right now is already making his way towards what seems to be Mesmer, and then right afterwards we'll go towards Romina. But lo and behold, Blanks already has huge advantage on that and can take his time just a little bit to work on Ancient Dragonman first, grab the Grace right afterwards, and then go straight for Mesmer and possibly take away a bunch of squares here for Adaf.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. What's cool about this whole game is like, yeah, I mean the driver's seat keeps changing. Who's in the lead, regardless of the number on the board, who's in the lead in general is keeps changing. It's just like it's such a close game.
Yep.
In such a different way than like the last game was, for example.
It does look like that Blanks does not have Savage Lion's Claw as an Ash of War, so he doesn't have Cold on his Rotten Battlehammer, which is a little unfortunate. He's missing out on a lot of damage there for just maybe, you know, a 20 to 30 second time sink here. But he does get the Ancient Dragonman kill here, and will probably grab this Grace right up here and then port straight towards Shadowkeep to go for that Mesmer fight. And Ness here currently still prepping for a weapon real quick. This should be the last couple stones that she needs as she just went to Alta Sentinel. And there it is. There is that pivot from Blanks here. Going to be going straight towards that loft here. Going to go for that Mesmer fight and go straight towards Aenir Limb. And once that first square is marked, which is Leda and her companions, once that's marked by Blanks, I'm expecting to either see Adaf race it or completely move out of that area and then go for a Senesax, Lanciax, and all Demi-Humans instead and start working towards that. Chris here, I think, working on Leona Misbegotten first, and this is going to put positive vibes at 10 squares, but then we'll have to start catching up here, and this Claymore is not going to last him a lifetime. He will have to, I believe, at that point, then pivot towards Dragon Scale Blade, and he's going to have to do all the work that Ness just did. So in this current situation, even though that positive vibes is possibly 2 squares in the lead, they will have to make up a lot of time.
Yeah. We are approaching a little bit of a Mesmer race. Not like
Very
Mesmer's on the board or anything, but we do have a lot of side-by-side bosses in this season, I've noticed, regardless if the boss is on the board or not.
It's awesome, right? It's so cool.
Yeah, it is very cool.
I feel like that's what 1v1s doesn't have enough of, to be honest. It's like you don't have the side-by-side boss fights happening. It's like maybe twice a week, you know, maybe 3 times a week there's a side-by-side boss, whereas in this one's like every single match, maybe once or twice.
Yeah, and it's fun to compare how they fight, how weapons work differently, damage differences, Gadoo differences, level differences. It is cool. It's cool to see that.
Yeah, 100%.
I didn't see if Blanks is what happened with Hornsent, because Adaf did talk to Hornsent. I don't know if Blanks is planning on getting him out of the Leda fight.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't think either of them did.
Adaf did.
Oh, Adif did? Sorry, I did miss that.
Adif spoke to Hornson, yeah. So, like, I mean, I don't... Here's the thing, like, the time that it takes to get Hornson out of that fight, I don't know if that makes up for the time it takes, like, the difference in the fight, how we saw with CBD versus Adif last game. I don't really know. But I personally think Hornson is kind of a difficult opponent in some ways. I would prioritize getting him out of there.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it kind of depends, to be fair.
Yeah.
Nessa's damage doesn't look too great. Maybe she doesn't have money to upgrade right now. I'm not too sure, but that doesn't seem like a +9 Dragon Scale Blade to me, so I'm really not sure.
The Frost is nice.
The Frost is very nice here. Yeah, DTS is going to be huge here, and she already has Renala and Redonda, so she does have capital access. Chris does not have 2 Great Runes, or doesn't have 2 Great Runes, so he doesn't even have capital access yet. So if anything, Ness is really far ahead on Omen Baron here, and she's also ahead on possibly accessing Leda. Oh, Adif died.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so here's the thing with, like, you know, different ways of playing, like getting a lot of squares versus doing slower squares, setting up for later. And right now we see that being very beneficial to Team Blank Sonetta.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So, again, that's why Bingo's cool, and that's why it's not over till it's over, because someone might look like they're extremely behind, but they actually have a lot of low-key progress for late game.
Ness thought she was out of range for that Thunder Slam, however, does get tagged by it. Has to be careful here. She is having a good fight here, just has to play safe. Maybe healing just a little bit more.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm like, why aren't you healing?
Just a little bit more heal, maybe. Has to be careful. That's a mean attack here. Just 2 more hits. 2 more hits. Oh, no! And she... It was 3. I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
That's okay, though. That's okay. She is not currently contested. However, Chris is starting to work on Fia's Champs here. He is going downstairs now. So now Chris is ahead on Fia's Champs and Leda. So even if Blanks does get Leda and Companions, that doesn't mean that he will get Fia's Champs and Leda as a co-op square.
Yep. True.
Ness now thinking about possibly pivoting out here. Is like, oh, she's probably saying like, hey, should I go to Fia's Champs right now? And Blank's been like, you know what? No, just commit to the DTS fight. Try it one more time.
Yeah, I think she's got it. I mean,
yeah.
I
think that was just
fully was kind of scary. I always heal. I overheal, so seeing people like just barely under heal is like so stressful.
Okay, this is like way better damage now. I don't know what changed. She is doing more charged R2s. Nice hits here. She is two-handing.
The first part was just a warm-up. This is good.
Yeah, this is looking really good. She already caught up very well on her damage. Chris currently downstairs. Catacomb here for Adif, so he's doing Catacombs now. Because he sees that row 4 is the only bingo line left here for Blank Sonetta. He's like, you know what, I'm just going to take away all the bingo lines, and this progresses column 2. So once he gets Catacombs, or at least gets 1 Catacomb, I think he's splitting progress here. He's like, hey, I'll get Catacombs, and I might have a little bit of some work into Concert Radon here. I can go ahead and really force column 2 potentially on Blank Sonetta, but not realizing that Blanks is already an Eater limb.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, again, I do think that they can guess that he's got more progress just based on the incants, but yeah, I mean, that's not guaranteed.
Yeah, this is this is
nice
looking tough.
There.
This is a doozy.
Yeah, this is so interesting. I really feel like it's anyone's game.
Nice kill on DTS for Ness here, by the way, getting capital access now. The door is open, the Grace is lit, and Chris here going for what seems to be Gillica right now, grabbing Ritual Sword Talisman for killing all demi-human bosses on top of that. A little bit of a damage buff, also working a little bit towards a square, not a bad idea.
Yeah. That damage is so satisfying. Like, I know it's a demi-human queen, but like just seeing all of that, like half of her health bar.
That do be yellow damage.
Yeah.
There we go. Very nice kill here from Chris. Might make up for the fact that he's not using Dragon Scale Blade right now, but instead still sticking to that Claymore, having a little bit 10% damage boost with Ritual Sword Talisman. Ness here now currently in the capital, going to be grabbing a Grace here. She hasn't seen Chris mark anything since Leon and Misbegotten, but Chris hasn't seen Ness mark anything since Restore Radon's Great Rune, so she could have been doing anything at this point. and doesn't know exactly where she is. There are still 5 co-op squares on the board. Lot of ground to cover.
You know what? Yeah, this is so interesting. Like, yeah, as you kind of said, I mean, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, we're forcing them into Consort with Dawn, and Blanks is like, okay, I'm already there. I've already killed Leda. Okay,
Yeah.
sure. I want to do that anyway. Oh my gosh.
Blank's just waiting out the Divine Lion here real quick, the Divine Warrior, having him drop down, and Adif here dealing with the Death Knight currently. That is Frost procced. You can also Rot procced. So he's got double procced
Nice. Yeah.
Death Knight right now, dealing with his first Catacomb. And looks like Chris is now going for what seems to be the other Demi-Human Queens.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Well, again, like it looks like they are getting those two,
Row 4.
blocking off that row. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I mean, Blank Sonetta, as much as they maybe wanted to get that line, they do seem extremely set up for majority. So I
Yeah.
don't think they'll be extremely bummed about it.
Okay, Blanks has to be a little bit careful here. This Divine Lion does not like him. Saw him. Yelled and quit out. Ness here going straight into the sewer. She's going to be grabbing her Omen Baron already. Off the rip here. Not going to work towards Leda's or Fia's Champs just yet, but instead grabbing her Omen Baron first, and then maybe going towards some of the other base game requirements here. Lanciacs, Fia's Champs, and Demi-Humans. So right now for the base game players, it's very much just like there's no way to show progress until something's marked for the whole team.
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to Nessa. Like, she's playing so well. She's not really dying to anything. Her lines are really clean, considering how new she is. Like, definitely deserves an absolute shout out. Was put into this chaos in the last minute. She's playing very, very well.
And also shout outs to Positive Vibes for keeping their composure after that first match
absolutely.
too. Yeah. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
Gamers were gamers. Blank's just approaching the Leda fight. I do wonder if he's gonna sit at all or like hold it. I don't know if there's a reason for him to do that when he has to get the Consort on. But to be fair, I mean, he knows that the other team is not near Consort on because they have to mark Leda if they are. So I think he does have a tiny little bit of buffer room there. And yeah, he pivoted away.
And yeah, we will see. Okay, yeah, Blank's here not going for... Possibly looking at going for Omen Baron here instead. Or Horn Baron. He's going to go kill that tree spirit that is in the river, not showing that he has progress towards Enir Lim at all. While Adif is doing the same thing, going for the Catacomb here down in Jory. There's a lot of time happening right now. A lot of time.
Yeah. Blanks is making some really interesting decisions that are, I mean, working out for him.
We'll see. This is going to be a second Demi-Human boss for Chris now. Taking out the sorcerers, these can be a big pain in the butt. You definitely do not want to deal with them.
Wait, is this why Chris? Sorry, it's been so long ago. Is this why Chris did that run at the very, very start of the game to get near here?
No, it's not that close. No,
Okay,
that's a different angle.
Okay.
But this is still like it's a huge time sink just to get here.
Yeah.
So he's just trying to be careful now, taking out all the ads, because Maggie definitely does not play nice. She has a lot of ads around her, and then she does go, I believe, she doesn't go into melee form, I believe, besides slamming her staff and stuff. But she doesn't like throw her staff and then go full feral. And there we have it, Ness. Currently working on the Omen. Dude, she's so silly. The item's right there.
So there's no reason to kill this guy?
No, that's a joke from last time when Zood and I both thought that you just had to pick it up, but in reality, you actually had to kill him. And it was Bushy fighting the Omen. I'm like, oh my god, what a goober. He's fighting this guy. It's like right on the ground, and it's like, no, actually, the Omen does drop the item.
What? And you made the square?
Hey, you know what? What can I say? I do limited research. There it is, though. Ness picking it up, and there it is, the square. Both of them completing it at almost exact the same time. Yo, that's a really nice pickup here from Blanks, and 10-9 right now on the board for them.
Okay, I'm curious. Where did Blank just teleport to? Blanks. Okay, he's in any Ilium. He's gonna go for that latest square.
Yep.
Okay.
This also tells Chris that she is in capital, by the way. Well, that she had capital access and got that, which in and of itself doesn't really matter too much because there isn't really anything else in capital. So that was a little bit of a time sink for Ness in that regard, but she did get money out of it at the very least. But she is going to be a bit behind on some of these other things, like Fia's Champs. Chris is a little bit ahead on, and Demi-Humans, she's down by 2 bosses. So I'm not exactly sure what she's working on right now, but right now she's going towards the Tree Sentinel duo.
Okay, yeah, Blanks does have the Hornset in the fight. Maybe he just doesn't care.
Okay, he does have Savage Lion's Claw in his Rotten Battlehammer. Okay. Yeah, so here's the thing. I feel like actually having Hornsent does make this fight easier. And that sounds weird, but here's my theory / feeling on it. You can kill Hornsent pretty quickly, but it does take a little bit. And the thing is that when you do kill Hornsent, you get Dane 1v1 still, but Natan will show up during the Dane fight rather than you killing Dane, or like you fighting Dane and then having to deal with Leda and Dane while Natan is showing up. So
yeah, sure.
Having Natan a little bit sooner so that when Leda shows up, it can still be a fair 1v1 fight. I feel it feels safer. It might not be the fastest, but it is definitely a more safer approach.
Yeah, I mean, looking at this, like, Blanks is having no trouble at all, so maybe it's just, like, whatever. Maybe they're just about the same, depending on if you if you can feel comfortable fighting them or not.
Yeah.
Especially with the time it takes to get Horns not spawn, like, maybe it kind of is just even by the end. Oh.
Right, the whole dialogue and everything, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Adef just fully committing to the Jory Catacomb here, not even going to waste his time with In Your Limb, but that's kind of crazy because, again, there's 3 squares in Your Limb, but for Team Positive Vibes, they don't have to. They're already at 10 squares. All they need is 3 more. If they get demi-human bosses and clear catacombs, guess what? Cinesax Lanciax.
Yeah, and I said it, the bingo gods did this. They did this on purpose.
Blank says to be a little careful here. Dane kicking him in the face. Natan doesn't have any flasks. There it is. Dane is dead. Very nice. And now the fight becomes quite easy, I would say. Yeah, Natan going absolutely sicko mode.
He's pissed. He's taking all his anger out on Leda.
That's insane.
Oh my god.
Using Leda as a stress ball, just absolutely going to town. There it is, Leda being marked on the board. And yet, no real reaction from Team Positive Vibes, just going, yep, okay. And knowing
literally no reaction.
Just like, okay, that's kind of what we expected, you know? And that's kind of working out for how they wanted. Blanks hoping, thank God, hopefully I blocked that. And now here comes the question to Blanks and Etta, because right now they're tied 10-10, does Blanks fully commit to the Enir Limb here? Or does he pivot and try to take something away? Because Blanks gets Stars Radon or Consort Radon here, and then also just 1 more square. If that's kill Lanciax Cinesax, Blanks and Netta might be in the driver's seat here and might win. Because Leda's already down for kill Fia's Champs and Leda.
Yeah. I mean, this is so tough to make a decision on either end because, you know, Blanks has to kill Consort Radon to, like, you know, block off that line from Positive Vibes. And I mean, like, the other team could be going for that, right? And Blanks doesn't know. They haven't marked something in 15 minutes, right? Yeah. And if they killed later right now, he has no idea. So this is a gamble for him. They could just be rushing that. They could be bluffing. He doesn't know. So I feel like these... Okay, there's Adef. Almost done with the Jory Catacomb.
Yeah, pretty good fight here from Adef.
Yeah, nice.
There it is. That is 2 catacomb mark here from Team Positive Vibes. 11-10 right now. That's Blank's team being like, okay, cool.
Yeah, Yeah, and Blanks, I think at this point, Blanks is like, okay, I can afford to stall Consort Radon a little bit because I know that Adif was not working on Leda because he was in the catacombs.
Yeah.
But this is what I'm saying. It's so interesting. Like, this is not a sniping game, which is cool because you get to see it. Blanks is like, yeah, that was my plan. Great. And you're and Adif and Chris and Nest, everyone's like, yep, that was my plan. I'm glad that it worked out like that. So you get to really see how their brain is working and actually pull off those.
Fact that like she recognizes, hey, I got capital access. I'm not gonna let that go to waste. I'm not gonna go downstairs. I'm gonna have Chris deal with Mimic Tier and downstairs and gargoyles. I'm gonna go ahead and just go fight Godfrey, go fight Morgott, and then next thing you know, I can go past Sewer Moog instead for Fierce Champs.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a little bit of extra work? Maybe, but you don't have to deal with gargoyles.
Yeah, neither of them seem to have an amazing weapon for gargoyles set up or anything. So yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, assuming she knows the way through the sewers and all that. Though no, wait, she's already in. Yeah, she's already down there, didn't she?
Yeah, she just
Didn't
has
she
to
already
go
down?
down and kill Sewer
Yeah.
Moog after this. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, great.
So depending on how her fights go with Goldfree and Morgott, she could possibly get in front of Chris, and even then, Adif still has to go kill Leda anyways.
Yeah.
This is what I mean. Like, if Ness gets this, and then Blanks gets Senesax, and he's not even in your limb. He got Leda's champions, or Leda's champions, her companions.
Buddies.
You know what I mean? He's like, okay,
Yeah.
they're probably not going to try and contest Star Scourge and Consort Radon, which I think is incredibly risky.
Yes, it is. But again, I mean, Adif was working on Catacombs, and Blank saw that Catacombs is a slow square, right? So Adif couldn't be doing both.
Possibly. I just think it's just a little risky. That's all.
It
you
is
know.
risky. You
It is-
know,
it is a little
sometimes you gotta be
scary.
a little risky.
That is true.
But this game has been incredible.
But yeah, very
Like-
nice calls from both teams.
Yeah,
I agree.
very nice calls, like very good decisions.
And again, for anyone watching at home, everything is at a 5-minute delay here so that the players do not get info or outside info for the bingo board at all. So this is definitely just very much pure skill and board reading, which I think is always awesome.
Yeah.
Nice stagger here, and this should be the kill on Goldfree for Ness. Now just Morgott, and this will give her a good amount of money too, to be honest. So this actually kind of sets her up for Morgott and Fierce Champs and Sewer Moog. This gives her more and more damage.
Yeah, I'm curious how many demi-humans they have left. Adif is working on one of them. I'm not sure if it's the last one. We did see a bunch of them, so I suppose it's possible that it is the last one, which is good. And then we just have 3 crazy squares left after that.
Yeah, this is looking pretty tough here. Team Positive Vibes is going to mark kill all demi-human bosses here in just a bit. Swordmaster Ons is going to be killed here by Adif, and then he has to go for demi-human Marika, and then Chris here just killed demi-human Chiefs, and I think that is all.
Oh.
That's a big
Okay, Blanks is going to Senesax. Adif is about to enter the Ons fight. Oh god. It's like a proper F. Oh my god.
It's a proper F. Oh fuck.
Oh shit, horrible time.
This is a horrible time.
Oh my god.
Do we bounce back, please? We are technically still live, but
We're back.
Are we back?
The chat's saying we're back. I don't
It's
see the game.
I'm looking at the okay. Oh, everything's back. Okay, we're bounced back. The streams are back. Nope, they're frozen
Okay.
again. Oh, tits. Hold on. Oh no. Why now?
Yeah, what the hell? Is it just the internet? Like,
No.
okay, Chris is. Oh fuck, dude.
Okay, people are kind of bouncing back in. I'm really not sure here. My bit rate is coming back as well.
Oh god.
I'm not sure what's happening, but things are kind of just crashing. Oh no. Oh, this is so bad.
The board is paused. Are they stopping?
Oh. I don't know. Yeah, why is it paused?
I wonder if
Players are paused. Okay, the refs have that the players are paused here.
That's good. Unfortunately, they were probably in fights, but I think it's okay that they.
Are the Okay, because we still see them going through the motions here. Okay,